1977. 26th printing. Damn. This thing's been in circulation.
Been around a little bit.
Circulation.
I've only read it 5 times.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting enough to read a few times. Yeah. But then again, it was also the only book I had one time when I was out in the wilderness.
Out in the wilderness reading Lucifer's Hammer and fucking dropping acid.
You know it, baby. What if this really happened? That'd be amazing.
All right, I mean, I'm not joking. Can I get a cup of coffee?
I'm not joking. I've got it brewing right now. It's going to take a couple
hold
minutes
on. This is not a joking voice. This is like if I don't get it now, I'm going to die. No joking. Okay. Is that creamer or is that cream?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't want to. Go ahead.
I like my coffee like I like my women.
Sweet.
Kind of hot.
Hot.
Kind of sweet.
Kind of sweet.
Maybe a little tan.
Creamy.
A little bit of alcohol in them. Ready to swallow.
At any time.
Good times and drinking. We're gonna smoke a bowl. What you thinking about? We're gonna tell you
I have to get this
things
man
that
some
we
coffee.
know shit about.
Hey!
Happy Easter, bitches.
Happy birthday, Jesus!
No, actually, this is Happy Death Day, Jesus. Crucifixion Day, isn't it?
I don't know. What is Easter? Is Easter when they put him in the cave?
Or is it when he was reborn?
Or is it actually... See, that's why I'm saying happy birthday, because they put him in the cave and he comes back, right? Hide the eggs! Jesus is coming!
Yeah, I actually saw a thing on... Whatever.
I saw a thing. I saw a thing this morning when I was in the shower.
I saw a thing. Yeah, I saw that too. I saw a thing.
You've seen that thing?
Well,
I mean, I've shown it to a lot of people.
Yeah,
So it's hard to keep track.
You know, speaking to the microphone.
When I'm not funny, I'm like, here, laugh at this! This is a joke in my pants!
Anyways, I watched this video of this guy who's like a super religious dude.
Okay.
And he's talking about the significance of the bunnies and the eggs and all that stuff. And
right. Ishtar and
well, it was
fertility.
It was the pagan thing where they would have these orgies, and that's where the rabbit signifies.
They would have orgies? I don't know about the orgy things.
Okay, well, he said they would have these orgies so they could mass produce more children for sacrifices and all kinds of crazy shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I knew it was about the previously it was a pagan thing and Ishtar and the rabbit was symbolization of fertility and all that stuff. I didn't know they had these orgies to actually produce children to be burned at the stake.
Right. Well, they would.
What,
Yeah,
did you say steak? Baby steak's the best and tastiest. They're so tender and juicy.
Have you seen Metacop?
Let it suckle and then kill it, and you go, oh, milky meat. Oh.
You've seen Metacopolis cartoon, right?
Metalocalypse?
Metalocalypse, yeah.
Yeah.
Metal.
Lockalypse. Metalocalypse.
I thought it was Metacopolis.
Metalocalypse. The name of the band is Death Clock. Doodly ding dong, Death Clock.
Really good band, by the way, for what they are.
I've seen them twice, man.
I've never seen them. I've never seen them live. Yeah. I was supposed to go see with Gore a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to go, but I've seen Gore once.
I've seen Gore about 4 times.
Last
time I saw him was crazy. It was at a festival at the event center at the Seahawks football field. I can't remember what
the well, now they call it Lumen Field now.
So, but it started at 10 in the morning, and there were like 40 fucking bands.
Wow. All
the bands you want to see if you're into that
death metal.
Not necessarily just death metal, but like Five Finger Death Punch and bands like that. I mean, it was a fucking festival.
Right.
And at the end, about 8 o'clock at night, War goes on. They were the closer, and it was
Beefcake and all them still alive?
Yeah.
Okay, so a while ago then.
Yeah. This is before he passed away. Yes.
Well, what's his name's dead now too? The lead singer.
Yeah.
He just died like 2 years ago. So.
Yeah.
What's his name? God damn it.
All right. Well, on that note, let me go check on your coffee.
You know what? Thank you, bitch.
Sir, yes, sir. I will get your coffee right away, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah. Anyway, so
you want a bowl or you want a cup?
I want a bowl. All right. Black.
All right.
Black is the night. So yeah, I was a little late today, so I called him and I was like, "Hey, I'm on my way." He goes, "Oh yeah, you're on your way," and I'm like, "Yeah, just make sure coffee's ready." Coffee's not ready. Coffee's not ready. I'm not happy. Not happy. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. Happy Easter to all you people that watch the show. I hope you have a great day, whatever you're eating. I hope it's delicious, nutritious, and good for you. Lots of good conversations about Jesus. If you into that kind of thing. If not, just hope you have a good day and kids have a good Easter egg hunt. And I personally am looking forward to hanging out with my grandson today, which is one of my great joys of my life. I never thought I would enjoy it as much as I do, but I do. He's a blast to just be around. Just love it. It's so fun. Just awe every time I see him. It's just like it's a little part of me, moving on in life. Looking forward to hanging out with him today. It's gonna be fun. I think my mother-in-law is making ham. Oh boy, I love ham. So, anyways, yeah, here we go. Back to
Oh, you wanted the coffee black. Oh shit.
Man, that looks delicious, dude.
I drink my coffee by the bowl.
Yeah.
It says there's 12 cups in that pot, but it only fills this 2.5 times. So what I'm saying is they're incorrect. They're lying to me about the quantity of coffee allowed to be in my cup.
Cheers.
It's gonna be hot.
It's hot.
Fresh out the pot. Speaking of pot,
I need to get you a Keurig, man. Maybe you have to get you
fuck Keurigs, man.
I like them, dude. They're so convenient.
They're.
You can get really good coffee for them.
You want to hear me go Greta on you? They're a waste of fucking material. They're a hazard to the environment.
No,
They're shit.
hold on. The ones I get, the K-cups I get are biodegradable.
Are they?
Yeah, they're not a plastic. It's like a little mesh thing around it. It's totally biodegradable.
Okay.
And the coffee tastes better in those things because it doesn't have to go through the little hole, because it pops a hole in it and then it shoves it through another hole. Where this one, it soaks around the thing, so it's actually like
It's like its own filter.
It's like it's brewing a single cup of coffee, and it's good. It's like really strong and really. I know. Yes, but I agree.
I like to waste money.
I know.
Things.
Well, the pods are. I think you get 70 pods for $24. So I mean, it's not crazy expensive, but coffee's expensive no matter what. What are you paying for this? $7 a pound, maybe a little more.
I'm not sure.
I mean, this is for low grade coffee. I mean, for
sure
high end coffee, you're paying $15 a pound.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean,
and you're paying $50.
Boss, coffee is just fucking coffee. When they put a name on it, it don't mean shit.
Bullshit. Well,
unless you're drinking the coffee that some cat shit out its ass.
That's Copiana, yeah, exactly. That shit's delicious, man. It is good.
I've never had it.
It's good, but it's like fucking $25 a pound.
And there's no reason to pay that much.
It's
for coffee.
good though.
It's not worth it.
It is. So you know what a bucket list is?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I like to do bucket list things more than once. You know what I'm saying? Like especially when
do you know what regurgitation is?
Yeah, do you know what a circular answer is?
No, I buy cheap ass coffee, and if it doesn't taste good, I just make it stronger so that I go through the package faster.
Yeah, I mean,
for the most part, I really don't
That's
give
not bad.
I have no culinary culture. I'll say. So even things that people would find disgusting, I will just put in my mouth and eat. People think things that
scoops are coming.
People that say, oh, this steak is a $5,000 steak. You're gonna enjoy every bite. No, it's undercooked, So I'm just like, yeah, exactly.
You're an idiot.
So how many times do I have to tell you?
Wagyu, undercooked.
Wagyu. Yeah, can you put it on the grill a little longer, please? I needed to stop wagging.
Hold on, all the chefs would come out and like surround your table. You know what I'm saying? With like
this is low grade dog food.
Shame!
Dog food.
Shame!
I've never had Wagyu, and I probably never will, because I just can't see spending that much money on a chunk of dead animal.
It's definitely a different experience. It's definitely not the meat that you think is. And
all the fat makes it tender, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's not just tender.
If you cook your steak correctly, you can even have it medium and still be nice and tender and cut with a fork and be delicious.
Please stop talking.
Chef Boyardee Surfer!
No. That's a shame. That's a shame. I've had a couple times. I've had A1 and A5. A5 is, way more marbleized, way more. But I like the A1 better, just because it didn't have. It's so dense.
Okay.
Like the A5 is so
I'm
dense.
pretty dense.
No, well, no, you're not. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the density of
Not
the
talking.
steak.
The steak's not stupid.
Yeah, it feels heavy.
You,
it's like,
however,
you, sir, are not as smart as that steak. But delicious, great flavor, profile awesome. I mean, yeah, you're paying $200 for a piece of steak like that. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, dude.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So, but
So,
I mean,
I
but
never will. I just don't need to.
You can't take it with you. What is Caesar saying? I want you to have the.
Cut them 1,000 times.
No,
Let them know that they are dying. That's what Caesar
He
said.
said that. Well, he also said, I want the finest doctors to carry my casket. I want my arm to be let out of the casket. I want my money to be thrown around as I'm being walked to my gravesite. That kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
You can't take it with you. You know what I'm saying? Greatest doctors can't hear you.
So here's a hilarious one. I was working with this guy and his girlfriend we went to his girlfriend's house and her father had recently moved in because he was at the end of his life. And
Is he still around?
no, this was probably 25 years ago.
Okay.
So he he's kind of old and he's doing all these things and one day we're all there sitting around a table. She's feeding him and talking about money because he was rich,
Right?
And I mean, a huge piece of land. As a matter of fact, what he would do, because we go over to his house and help him out once in a while, and when it was flooding, he lived down in the Renton Valley or Kent Valley, and when it was flooding, he had like 5 coffee cans out in his yard that were probably 50 yards out to the last one, and it'd just be like, just seeing how far up the water's coming today. He just watch. It's up to the 3rd can. Watch it. So anyway, we're there. She's feeding him dinner. She's like, Dad, what are you going to do with all your money? You going to leave it to the kids and stuff? And he's like, no, I've made other plans. Apparently he's getting married with it.
Smart boy. Smart boy.
That was the funniest fucking thing I ever heard. Nope, I've made other plans.
And they don't involve that at all.
Yeah, you and your kids can just fuck right off.
I'm going out in style. Jesus went out in style.
Jesus did go out in
He went out in
style.
style,
That's the first recorded police-assisted suicide written down in their book.
Pretty close to reality, yeah. I mean,
I mean, he did it
it wasn't
himself.
the first time they did
He
it.
goes in and he tells them guys, "Hey, fuck you, get out of my church. What do you think's gonna fucking happen?
Yeah, but that wasn't the first time.
I'm the
they did
Messiah.
that.
What do you think they're gonna do to you?"
That death march they've made before, but I read this in a book called The Christ Conspiracy. It's a pretty interesting book, and that whole area of where the whole crucifixion went down was used for plays and shit. It was a theatrical place.
Okay.
And I guess the 2 men, and I've asked this of so many religious people that are super religious, and I'm like, all right, so you're so religious, name the 2 men that Jesus was crucified with.
God damn.
I know it.
I can't remember them. One was one turned to the light and one said, "Ah, fuck it."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one of them went with Jesus and one didn't, and no one could ever answer the question. No one.
Can't remember the name because
No
I know
one-
Barabbas was the one they let go.
Yeah, no, that's the one that for Jesus.
Yeah.
He was like the most dangerous person at the time,
You want this one crucified,
Yeah,
or do you
yeah.
want this one crucified?
Right,
Let's
right.
crucify the guy that we don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and the names of the guys that he was crucified with is Titus and Pillow. Was the 2 guys' names?
You got a tight ass pillow.
Yeah, Titus Pillow. Titus and Pillow were the 2 men's names, and this book, The Christ.
Which one went with them? Which one went with them?
Titus went with him. Pillow
Okay,
didn't. Yeah.
okay.
So, but it's speculation that both of these guys were actors.
Right?
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
speculation is it's a fictional book.
You got that going for you too.
No one alive at the time wrote about it. There's nothing in Roman history about Jesus.
That's not true.
Where
That's
is
not
it?
true. The Council of Nicaea, 255 AD.
Oh, that's
the
right.
first-
When they wrote his
that's
name
the
one
first
time
time.
because they wanted,
That's the
because
first
they
time.
had to utter it.
Yeah, that's the
Because
first time.
they want people
yeah.
to believe it. Yeah.
Well, that's the first time his name was actually put
But
into
Council of Nicaea
yeah.
was a little bit after Roman times and long after.
No,
the
it was
death of
255
Jesus.
AD is what it was. That's when it happened. Exactly. It's circa 255.
Yeah, 255 years after the death.
After
Which means
that, right.
that when Jesus was alive, no one wrote it down at all. And Romans keep great records. They did.
They did. But
so
the,
all
hold
I'm
on,
saying is
but,
you can never
but-
convince me that it's not a fucking fairy tale designed to control people.
Barbarossa was written down as being let go for a man no one knew or something like that, like the unknown named man or something like that. So there is some stuff out there that was.
Well, yeah, it's like school
true.
shootings. You gotta have real victims when there's a false flag event. Otherwise, you can't pull the heartstrings of the people.
Well, yeah, hearts and minds. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like this last one. We talked about this last week. Remember the shoes?
Mhm.
Changing of the shoes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that's weird.
Weird. You know, super weird.
Very
weird. I'm going to get my haircut today. I'm going to get my hair. Who cut your hair?
Nobody. I just washed it.
Really?
Well, yeah, because normally, when you come over, I've been either at work or had my hoodie on all day. Either way, and I'm greasy.
Right.
So
right.
by the end of the day, within 4 hours, like I just took my hoodie off because I'm starting to sweat. So within 4 hours, my head, I can just feel the hair just going, hey, we're smoothing. Smooth it. And then I pull the hoodie off and it's just like, hi, how y'all doing? I can just shape it however I want to shape it because I use fucking stupid hair. Yeah, this is
I'm still going to get a haircut. I got to go over to the in-laws. So.
Which one? This one up here that's all wild?
Well, that one's going away, yeah. Take that one out, please. That right there, that one. But, yeah, no, I'm going to the rich in-laws today, and I'm not sure with the...
I feel like I need to kick a football.
Right, there's... Oh, yeah. Would it... I mean, I just kind of... Is this going to be part of the show today? Or you,
No, I was just... this is just news that I get up in the morning and I watch a bunch of fucking news. I usually watch Braden here talking about Second Amendment laws that are happening, what's going on. He's pretty up to speed. He keeps his stuff short, as you can see, concise. He puts all of his stuff. Let me just Langley Outdoors Academy, not sponsored. Good friend of the show. No, I never met him. Anyway, so he puts all his fucking information down here. Everything that he talks about, he gives you all the links. So nothing over the top, nothing over dramatic, nothing, no bells and whistles. Just gives you the facts, reads the story out to you,
right,
almost verbatim,
right,
and gives you the links so you can make your own decision and share it if you like it. So yeah, Langley Outdoors Academy.
Yeah,
go check him out.
He's got 60,000 views on this one already, so
he's got 8,000 likes. And this was done just yesterday. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
one day we'll get there.
One day we'll get there. We just gotta talk about the right shit.
Yeah,
like guns.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a hot topic.
Guns, drugs. Yeah, well,
it has been for a long time. You know, I mean,
well, it's the. I've said it before. It's the long con.
Yeah.
Every incident, every accident creates a new legislation, which breeds a new law, which means that by small increments, everyone's either becoming a criminal or becoming compliant by handing in their weapons or their magazines or whatever the new illegal thing is. The bump stock, the brace assist. Now it's that pad on the back of the butt of the gun.
No.
Get out of here. Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Yep.
Man. That is so dumb.
Which is hilarious because I watch a guy just go, well, what you do is you cut a hole in a tennis ball and put it on there and now you're good.
Yeah, I mean, really?
Yes.
It's just a fucking safety measure so you don't hurt yourself when you're shooting a gun. That's all it really is.
Hey, I almost never put it up on my shoulder.
No,
I shoot
well,
down here because I'm stupid.
Shotguns? Really?
All of them.
Shotguns are tough to shoot like that.
Yeah, anything over
5.56.
bird shot.
Yeah, well, bird. No, wide shot still kicks pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So we shoot a lot of skeet at the cabin. So
skeet.
Yeah, so skeet. Ah, skeet.
I shoot a lot of skeet at the cabin too.
Skeet.
We're talking about two different skeets.
I skeet all over her.
Skeet!
Yeah.
Just like Dick Cheney, I
Yeah.
skeet in his face.
Skeet. But so I don't know how to respond to that. I really don't.
Anyway, they every little thing, you know, and the fact that they like to say assault weapon continually means that they can categorize anything as an assault weapon eventually, and everything.
It's the semi-automatic that really gets them. They don't know anything what they're talking about.
Oh don't let's not pretend that they don't know exactly what they're doing, exactly what they're saying.
I didn't say they know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. I'm talking about the regular average guy on the street.
Are you talking about the guy who's never touched a gun?
Yeah,
he might not know.
99% of those people that are talking on the street going, "Oh, they need to be banned," have never shot a gun. Never have. They never felt the power, you know, in between their legs, kind of thing, you know. You just want to feel the power between their legs. That's it. But yeah, I mean, the first gun I ever shot was a .357 Magnum, dude. I mean, it was a big fucking gun, dude. I mean, big kick on those things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've shot a lot of guns. Shot a lot of big guns. My favorite gun, probably that bullpup was fun. That was a fun gun to shoot, man. Those SKS bullpups are fucking crazy guns, dude. They are cool looking, and they're spendy looking, dude.
Yeah.
They are spendy, but my buddy had one. We went shooting that thing. I like 45s a lot, though. They're just fun. Like a hand slide action 45.
Yeah.
1911, probably the best gun ever made. My opinion.
I'd like to have a couple.
They're expensive.
Yeah, they are. More and more expensive every year.
Well, it's because they're made well. You know what I'm saying? I have American Classic Glock. It's a Glock-ish. It's not a Glock, but it's American Classic.
Okay.
It's a good gun, you know. It's a slide. It's a 9. And it's a great gun, you know, but it's just so plasticky feeling. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel like a 1911 with steel in your hand. You know what I'm saying? You can beat someone with it.
Right. Well, see, there's an assault weapon.
Assault weapon. Exactly. Then it becomes an assault weapon. But
once I hit you with it,
my gun is not heavy like a 1911, and my gun in one hand. I mean, it's like whoa, you know, kind of thing. You know? So, yeah. But also mine almost holds 9. That's it. So and the 1911 holds 12, 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Regular stuff. With the extended, they can have 16 or whatever. So yeah. Good gun.
That's a lot of lead to throw out there.
Yeah.
We gonna stop the bad guys.
You get those fucking, what do you call them? The fucking black blower up bullets. What do they call it? Fucking, god damn it, with the hole in them.
What?
The little hole inside the bullet. What's that called?
A little hole inside the bullet.
Yeah.
Kingfisher? Man killer.
No. That bullet are definitely man killers. But the bullet, here's the bullet, and on top, instead of being pointed, it's like this.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Oh, I fucking know.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're illegal. Like, I think they're illegal now, but cops still have them.
Oh, yeah.
God, what is it called?
Cross top?
No.
Center cut.
No.
Center fire. Center mat.
No.
Death by destruction.
Death by destruction is not right. Fucking Google machine it, dude.
Google!
Let's go.
Hey.
Ammo types.
Oh, I was going to say bullet types.
Yeah, there you go. That's fine. Same.
Bullet type. Boom, a hollow pointy.
Hollow point. That's.
You know they're the hollow pointy.
I think that might be right.
Those are pretty.
Yeah.
Semi-jacketed hollow points.
Yeah.
Jacketed hollow points.
point,
Soft point. War cutter.
That's what it is. The hollow point. That's it. That's exactly
Use
it.
the hollow point.
Hollow point. Yeah. The wad cutters are nasty. Those are nasty bullets too. The nastiest bullet is the, what do you call it, bullets with the depleted uranium, the DU bullets.
Ooh,
You
I
know,
have one of those.
These are so nasty, dude.
I had one in there.
You have it in the house?
No, it's in the shed.
I was saying, don't put it in the house. Yeah.
Why?
It's fucking,
Am I going to die?
It's coated with uranium.
Am I going to die?
Look at the
When?
Yeah, exactly. A man has depleted uranium. He is going to die.
When? That one right there you're talking about. Right there.
That's it. Yep. That is it.
Right there.
Hollow
yeah.
point. Hollow.
Yeah. Hollow point.
Yeah, hollow point.
Hollow point.
That's what it is. Hollow point.
Yeah, that there.
Those
Nice
things will
one.
fucking blow your back out, dude.
That one right there will fucking kill you.
I don't know what that is. I've never seen that before.
See that? That's a Phillips head bullet.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like too. I've never seen that before.
They have new ones.
That might be a wad cutter. That might be a wad cutter.
They have new ones that are kind of like this and this combined,
Right.
because they're supposed to basically expand on impact.
Right.
as opposed to going through you. So they expand on impact so
Right.
they don't go
That's
through.
the hollow point does. As soon as it hits you, it blows out.
So they don't go
Yeah.
through your body
Right.
and into the child that you're standing in front of.
Right.
So yeah, it's nice of them to consider that while they're shooting you to death.
Well, yeah, the hollow point blows your back out, dude. I mean, seriously. I mean, it puts holes in people, big holes, you know. So
Yeah, put the little one here.
I mean,
and
yeah,
then drain
big
your
one,
life
yeah,
out here.
Big one like in the back, exactly. So that's why they're illegal. But they also got the shredders. You heard of those before? They're a shotgun shell.
I think I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're fucking little like pieces of metal, like shreds of metal. It's like a birdshot, but with these little pieces of metal.
Okay. They birdshot metal. It's lead.
No, those
metal,
are BBs.
right?
Those are BBs.
Yeah.
This is like shards of metal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they don't fly straight. They
Right.
They go everywhere.
They go where it's a cloud.
and they chew ass, I guess.
I'm like rock salt. I've been hitting the ass with rock salt.
I've never been shot once.
I've only been shot twice.
I've never been shot. I've been shot at. I've never been shot.
Both times I think I deserved it.
Yeah. Rock salt will fuck you up, I hear though.
It hurts.
I heard it's not fun.
For a while.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was far enough away and it was light enough pack that it didn't. It hit, you know, and I had jeans on, so
it didn't break skin.
A couple of them where the pocket was.
Yeah.
It didn't break skin, but what hit outside the pocket did.
Oh yeah.
So,
So once it breaks skin,
nice.
that's when it burns. Yeah.
So I showered a long time trying to get that to stop irradiating hate and pain.
Yeah. I've been shot by BB gun, and pellet guns and shit like that, but nothing serious, you know, nothing big.
And the 22 that went in my leg, that was real fun.
Shoot yourself?
No. Oh, I've never shot myself. Well, no, that's not true. I've shot myself with a nail gun before on accident a couple times.
In your hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, as you're like.
Well, one time I had two 2x4s in my hand.
Right.
Which equals about 3 1/16 inch.
Right.
And in the gun I had 3 1/4 inch nails. So I'm bap, ouch!
So only one and a quarter inch.
It just, oh fuck!
Oh, yeah, that hurt. Yeah.
So now the next time I shot myself, I'm framing a wall, so I've got my top plate here and I got my stud here, and I'm holding my stud, and my hand just happened to slip up against the thing as I'm shooting, and there was a knot in the top plate, so it angled the nail right through my thumb, pulled the thumbnail off and everything. That was fantastic. I had to go before I could pull it away. Now the third time, shot myself with the nail gun, you know, because back in the day when you had a nail gun, you take the spring out so that, you know, you're not slowing yourself down because.
Right. So you just pop.
Oh yeah. So I'm putting in bird blocks
right.
in the roof.
Right.
And you know, my hand is way back here, and I'm nailing here. Then I come and nail here. I come and nail here. And then I bounced off the top of the truss, and the nail went in my hand right there, and the tip was sticking out just right there. But it obviously didn't hit anything important because it like
still works.
That didn't hurt.
Right.
That's weird.
Right.
So I kept working.
With a nail in your hand?
And my boss came up. And he's like, "Hey, you need anything?" And I said, "Yeah, can you pull that out?" And he's like, "Oh, like, fine, I got it." Pull it out, keep working. Played a show that night.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause I missed everything vital.
Right.
Everything.
Right.
It just went through all meat.
Yeah, my buddy did that. He said he was holding something and said right through here. Like, pow. He's like, help.
I had a friend one time at work, fucking Billy, he's nailing blocks onto the joist, floor joist, and I see him over there, I'm over here. All of a sudden he stops working, he stands up and he's looking, and I keep working. I see him. Okay. I'm like, "Is it break time?" He's like, "No, but can you come over here with your cat's paw?" I was like, "Okay, I'll go over there. I think I'm gonna pull some blocks or something." It's like, "Hey, get that." I was like, "Oh shit,
that's in your foot."
Yeah. He's like, "Oh!" When I pulled that out, he definitely barked, and then so he goes to the hospital that night. You know, he finished working that day. He goes to the hospital that night because you know. Pain, so he's just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And so they're like, "Oh, we're gonna have to irrigate that," and he's like, "Irrigate it?" So they get in there with a needle and wash it out. He's like, "That hurt so much more than it going in or coming out."
Right. Because it's fucking got high alcohol in it too. You know?
I don't know.
Probably, you know.
Or iodine or anything.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Irrigate it?
Yeah. No, please. That doesn't sound fun at all.
We'll say, oh my god, coffee's making me pee. But this is my fourth cup. That's only your first.
Yeah, I got up. I was like, fuck, I gotta go. Oh, actually, the mattress.
Yeah, you got up 10 minutes before you fucking got in your car, huh?
No, about half an hour. And the TV was on with the Masters on. I'm like, oh, the Masters. So it's third round. I'm like, oh, what's going on? You know, Cupcake's winning, and
Tiger almost got an eagle the other day.
yeah, but he DQ'd himself yesterday. So
did he?
Yeah, he hurt his leg.
Oh.
Or his plantar fasciitis. Something happened. He's all fucked up.
Plantar fasciitis. That doesn't mean Mr. Peanut wants to be the dictator. It means your feet hurt to walk.
Man, I've had it, dude. It is fucking mean, dude.
I have it. Both feet suck.
Oh, it fucking hurts like a motherfucker. And I got a really good cure how to fix it. So if you do get plantar fasciitis, what you do is you take like a regular water bottle, and then you fill it with water and you freeze it, and then you put your foot on top of it and roll it back and forth. And then I have this ball with like these little rubber spikes on it, like do the same kind of thing, just kind of. It gets rid of it, but dude, it's a motherfucker, man. It hurts when it's going off. It's hard to walk, man. Could imagine playing golf on it. Speaking of golf, played yesterday. Played pretty good. Had a good day. Met the tallest and biggest tranny I've ever seen him. Bigger than Caitlyn Jenner, dude. This dude was fucking huge. And his name, I couldn't call him a her. I kept saying Rachel. I couldn't call him her. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Man, I'm telling a story about yesterday golf.
Cool.
I went to a tournament yesterday and got paired up with a tranny in transition.
A trans-trender?
A trans-trender. Nice enough guy, you know. My buddy, Ian Clark. I think you know him.
Maybe.
He's a fucking crazy fucker. So Ian Clark and me and this tranny and whatever G was, Giselle or however you say her name, was a foursome. And this guy was huge. I mean, 6'6", 6'7", manly. This is some, you know. Kept,
oh man,
yeah,
that's
and
a
my
woman.
buddy Ian kept saying her and she, and I just go like, oh, I can't do it. It's against my religion to call that dude a her. You know what I'm saying?
It breaks my brain to call a man a woman.
Exactly. Dude can play golf though. Right now. Okay, I get the ball, man. But so
when cross dressing is taken too far.
Of course, the conversation comes up of men playing in girl sports.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of girl sports, man.
Well, this guy plays women's golf.
Oh, geez.
Competitively in women's golf and destroys them, dude.
I bet.
Destroys them, dude. And the way he hits the ball, he beats it. I mean, he's hitting 250, 270 yard drives.
He knows how to get rid of balls.
Yeah,
he knows how to hit them far away from him.
Yeah. He knows how to get balls away from as far as possible.
These balls out here. Surprised you can still swing a club, sir.
Big motherfucker, though. Big dude. Just, I didn't hate being around him because it was golf. You know me, I'm a golf junkie.
Look,
so,
I don't hate being around them as long as they don't tell me what the fuck to say.
No, he didn't nothing like that. He didn't do nothing like that. He was a nice enough guy, you know, played well. You know, when I hit good shots, he'd be like, good shot, you know, and he would high five me, dab me, and I just kind of.
Is this contagious?
I
don't want to catch
I'm not trying to catch nothing there.
I don't want to be a trans-trender.
I'm not trying to be that guy. But, you know, it was kind of an eye-opener, I guess, a little bit, you know, because I don't like them. I really do not. And in retrospect of the entire LGBTQ plus shit, I don't like them. I think they're weird. I think they're insane. Okay?
I'm not. I see. I take the L, the G, and the B out of all that other alphabet bullshit because the lesbians and the gays and the bis aren't trying to change me. It's those trannies that are trying to change me. Tell me what to say. Tell me how to act. I'm just
it's
like,
also
fuck you.
those trannies that are trying to get control of our children. Look at that, San Francisco.
Listen, our government already has control of our children.
But you know about the...
You know how I know? Because you send them to public school.
I know. Believe me, my children go to public school. I went to public school, but it's not different for me because it was the 80s. But
yes, it was a different indoctrination back then.
It was definitely a lot. It was better, in my opinion. It was just the way school was school. It wasn't.
They like to say that when they took God out of the classroom, that's when the country started going downhill. And I'll tell you
It's
right
true.
now,
In a way,
no,
it is.
no. Discipline. When they took discipline out of school,
I can't disagree with
and
that.
then they took discipline out of the home,
Right.
and now they're taking discipline out of the justice system.
Right.
Has nothing to do with religion and everything to do with fucking social acceptance of beating your kids when they do something fucking wrong.
Believe me, I was beaten.
I was way beaten.
I was beaten. And you know the thing about it is, it wasn't the beating that got me. It was the buildup. You know what I'm saying? When your dad gets home, you want to destroy that ass, you know, and you just like come up with ways. I put magazines on my pants. I've done everything. I've done everything I possibly could to like not feel that pain. You know what I'm saying? But that was the scary part. As soon as I heard that door coming, I'm like, oh
man,
fuck me.
Go
He's
get
here.
the switch. Get whipped up and down.
Yeah.
You see, you put magazine down your pants to protect your butt, but when she's whipping you from the ankle to the neck, you're fucking. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, I've got swatted twice in high school too, and the principal one hurt, but the fucking PE teacher fucking destroyed me, dude. I mean,
The woodshop teacher got me real good because his paddle had holes in it.
so did the PE teacher. He had holes in his too, and he would take like almost a running action at you. He'd come and fucking just
Oh,
with
yeah,
kids
the Happy
wa-
Gilmore swing.
yeah, exactly, and with people watching, with kids watching.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause
Everyone watch.
the principal was just me and him, you know. He's like, all right, you ready? Bend over, wow, you know. I'm like, oh my god, you know. And then I know, but with the PE teacher, he made the whole class watch that shit, and they all like
Yeah.
the whiteness of their faces, you know what I'm saying? And that's power, is what that is. That's real power when you can control somebody like that. And they took it out of school, and you're right. I agree with you 100% on that, because after that second paddle, I never got in trouble again.
Not at school.
Not at school. You're right. I got in trouble outside of school, but not at school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's true because I
When they
can't.
took discipline away, you knew the country was done.
Yeah. At home, same thing. I can't.
You can't beat your kids at home because they can call child services and say, I'm in an abusive thing, and the child services will go, we'll just go ahead and take that from you, sir.
Exactly what they do. Then they put you in jail. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, the child holds power over the parent
right
at the house.
Believe me,
which is ignorant.
I'm living it because one of my twins is a fucking tyrant. She has her friends just whenever they want to be there, spending the night. Drinking it right there in front of me, like has a bottle of fucking Jack. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh, and Jen's like, well, you know, it's just blowing off steam. And I'm like, she's 18. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I drank. I smoked weed when I was a kid.
But I hid it
exactly.
from my parents.
I fucking hid it from my parents, but I didn't have bottles just sitting around my room and shit. Fuck no. And I go in there and steal them. And not only does my daughter get mad at me, Jen gets mad at me for it. And I'm like, what? So I stopped doing that because I don't want to have that fucking fight. You know, it's just now it's just me trying to not have fights at my house. Is what it really is. You know, so I just.
So you have acquiesced. And that's what they want.
I know, but I have no choice.
See,
it's not
what you did
it's
in your
not
house.
the government did it. It's my wife that did it.
They are the government at the house.
Oh yeah.
See,
oh, yeah.
and so what happened at your house is what's happening throughout this nation.
I agree.
And eventually everyone will acquiesce, and those who don't are old like me and are going to pass away or be too infirm and feeble to do anything about it in about 5 more years, depending on my health issues and how they go. So, you know, it's a waiting game. It's the long con.
Right.
And they keep saying they want to take guns away, and now these idiots like David Hogg and shit standing on the backs of dead students telling people to give up their weapons. That's as communist as you can fucking get.
Yeah.
You know what happens when you give up your guns? You
1930s
start
Germany.
boarding trains.
Yeah, I just said it. 1930s Germany. That's exactly what happened.
You start getting on train in the
So,
boxcar
who are
like
they gonna-
cattle.
It's going to be Christians. It's going to be Christians and Republicans. That's what you're going to start because they did. What was it? Jews?
Well, they've already
Hold on,
got the
Jews
January 6 people in jail still, right?
Yeah,
Those are political
yeah.
prisoners.
Absolutely. And with this new, with the video footage that was released by the Speaker of the House, a bunch of them, all their cases are getting stayed. Like they're being continued and blah blah blah. And hold on, the shaman guy got off. He got out of prison.
Finally?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because of those videos. Yeah, showing him being led around by police.
Yeah.
And, shit, and they use that shit in court, and they're like, "What are we gonna do? We gotta let the guy out." I mean, the cops are showing him around. Opening
See, the
literally opening
truth.
doors.
shall set you free.
Exactly, dude. See, all this January 6th.
Democracy is the poison they use to kill the constitutional republic.
All this January 6th thing all it is just like 9/11. It's just control methods.
It's our Reichstag fire, is what it is.
Exactly. Times 2, because we had 9/11 too. So 9/11 put in
9/11
the PNAC agreement. You got the fucking Patriot Act. They got fucking Project for New American Century. You got all these different things that they added in after. And you know that the Patriot Act was.
And Trump just said, "Yeah, we'll continue."
You know that the Patriot Act was enacted like 2 days after 9/11, and it had like.
Yeah, but it was written 5 years before 9/11.
That's what I'm trying to say. They had 10,000 pages of fucking dialogue in that thing. Impossible to do it in 2 days.
It's because this was all planned.
Exactly, it was all planned.
All I'm saying is, if it was not an inside job, our government was complicit in allowing it to happen.
At worst.
At worst.
At best, but at worst, they were complicit. They
at best they were complicit. At worst, they were active participants.
They were.
And in my opinion, they were active participants.
They were. There's no way they weren't. How did Alex Jones call it August 25th of the year that it happened? So that was 2 weeks before it actually happened. He said, verbatim, we can bring it up if you want.
Towers.
He said on September 11th, the Twin Towers are going down. That's what he said. And lo and behold, what happened? The Twin Towers on September 11th went down. How did he know?
And you know what that did?
How did he know?
You know what that did? Because here's the fun part about it. That, you know, it turned everyone into flag worshippers, because no one had flags in their yard. I mean, not no one, but you know, not many people had flags in their yards on September 10th, but on September 12th, everyone's putting flags up.
I was one of them.
And then
you were too. I know.
I didn't put a flag up.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you put a flag up, but you turned into that person.
I jumped on the train for a second. Yeah. I was like, hey, I'll go kill people.
Yeah, but then I started reading the news, and I'm going, this doesn't make sense. And then I saw the Alex Jones video, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then the Pentagon thing, where they were. The day of it happening, police were at all these places like gas stations and convenience stores and shit that had any surveillance on the Pentagon that day was confiscated within minutes of it happening. Yeah. It happened, and then all of a sudden, I need your cameras. I need the tape.
The whole thing.
I need the tape. I mean, how?
I'm sorry, we record off-site.
Exactly.
We're gonna burn that building down. Where is it?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Right. Exactly. I know you had a brother that was in the service, and he said something about a missile strike or something.
Well, he was at the Pentagon
when it happened.
Yeah,
right.
He called me up and said a missile just hit the building.
Right.
Those were his words. A missile just hit this building.
And then
I said, how far from your office? Holy fuck! And he said, no, it was on the news side where they did that reinforcement.
Yeah.
Oh, how convenient was that?
Yeah.
How convenient was that?
Right. And if you look at the hole that the thing made, it's impossible that a plane did it. First of all, it's not big enough hole. It's not big enough hole for the fucking plane to get through. The wings would have at least crashed into the thing and made more damage than it did. It's a perfect fucking hole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a perfect hole. The wings, they showed this in one of the many movies. It might have been Loose Change, where they show the plane, the hole. They show the hole, and they have like superimposed the exact plane, like size and everything. And the wingspan is like. We're talking, way out there. And there's no damage out there, It's crazy. I mean, people don't...
Meanwhile, on the Twin Towers, there's the shape of a plane like a goddamn cartoon
exactly.
cut into the building.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
A fucking cartoon, man. Dude. I hate to laugh at the tragedy that occurred, because all 9/11 really did was galvanize the people of the United States into going, oh, okay, let's commit genocide on the other side of the planet.
In the wrong country.
No, it was the right country.
Oh, Saudi Arabia was the right country.
No.
Iraq was not.
Any of them was the right country. Any of them.
It didn't matter.
Because we didn't care.
It didn't matter.
Because we didn't care.
Right.
Please bomb them.
Right.
Because they did nothing to us.
Well, 12 of the 15th
as
hijackers were from Saudi Arabia.
Well, yeah, no, and I'm sure that Israel had nothing to do with planting all them bombs and shit in the buildings.
No, nothing to do with that.
Jews run the world.
For a year in both the towers, they would close whole levels, and all you hear is drilling and banging and shit. And then they'd open it up and then they'd close another level. You know what I'm saying? And just happen, they would hear
You have to
bangs.
move your business up to this
Yeah,
floor.
yeah, yeah.
Now you have to
Yeah,
move your
they would
business down
force
to that
businesses
floor.
out of the
You have to
floor.
move yourself up to this
Yeah,
floor now.
exactly. Now, you can move
And
back
those
down.
buildings were half empty for decades.
Right. And that's kind of the point. Pull it, It's basically, now you got a brand new shiny building there. Is Silverstein still alive? I don't know. He might.
Who cares? Fuck that guy.
Well, he's one of the.
He's one of them Jews that runs
He's
the
one
world.
he's one of those guys. He's one of those guys. Everyone says,
Actually,
who runs the country?
see,
He's
now
one of them.
That's another one. I just don't believe that all the people that we know, the people we can name, Klaus Schwab and Yuval Harari and Bill Gates and shit like that, I understand that their fingers on the pulse, but I don't believe that they are the ones making all the decisions
Right.
and saying everything. Only because we know who they are.
Right. Well, I think Silverstein's one of them. I think he's one of the big guys.
Oh, sure, because there's
I
those
think he's one of
people
the
at the top.
Yeah, I think he's one
And
of
then
the
there's
guys.
the people that they give the orders to,
Right.
and the people that they give those orders to,
Right.
and then there's Bill Gates and Yuval
Right,
and all them
right,
stuff. So
right,
I think they're like the fourth tier down, right before government.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think government's farther down than that. Actually, to be honest with you, I think those guys are just puppets, really, and they're
They're all puppets.
I think
all of them.
I think CEOs of companies.
Bill Gates and fucking Yuval Harari, they're all puppets.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
just
know.
they
I
just
don't
have more
know.
strings in their hands because they're marionettes controlling marionettes.
Right, I get that point, yes, but I think that they're higher up than you're giving them credit for. I think they're like second, maybe third tier, not max third tier, not fourth or fifth. I think there's the powers that be.
If we
then
can
there's
see them
the
on TV,
Silversteins
if
and
we
the
can see
fucking
them on TV,
Prince
they
Hasids.
aren't that powerful.
And then
Never forget that a Rothschild poked royalty in the chest.
I agree.
Poked him in the chest.
Well, the Rothschild
And the look on his face said, boy, someday you'll be king, but I still rule you.
Right. What about the Rothschild during Reagan's administration, where Reagan's giving that speech and the guy goes, "You need to speed it up." That's a Rothschild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the Rothschilds.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
So you gotta imagine that if we can see them on TV, it means they can be located, means they can be taken out, which means they've got a replacement ready.
they can't be located. They
What?
have so much secret shit, dude. I mean,
Dude,
okay,
I have
hold
seen Bill Gates at the airport.
I've seen Bill Gates at work.
So yes, they can be
they
located.
can be located, but I'm saying, but if they don't want to be located, believe me, they're not. gonna be
If they
located.
don't want to be, yeah, but then it'd be like, oh, they've gone into hiding, something happened.
Hey, what
Just
happened?
like when they didn't
what
show up at
happened-
that fucking DeVos thing.
Yeah, what happened to all these CEOs that just up and quit like this last year? What happened to the
Or
old?
the year before them, or the year before them, the ones that all got them golden parachutes, and now we don't know what they're doing or
That's what I'm trying to say. Where they are? Where are they?
Well, maybe they're sitting at home. We don't know.
No,
They're just not in the
no.
news. Have you been to their house? Have you been to their house to know they're not in their house?
Hold on. This is poignant. Okay, what about the old CEO of Twitter? So Elon Musk buys up Twitter, and he just magically just goes away.
Yeah.
Says nothing about his company, nothing. His old company, nothing. He was.
He was a puppet in place, and now,
Of course he
and
was.
now,
Not saying that.
and now Musk is the new guy pulling the Twitter strings, so that guy is no longer important to even talk about.
I don't know. I think Elon Musk is actually not one of them. I'm starting to believe
Musk is
more.
not the hero people think he is.
I don't think he's the bad guy.
Tesla
he
is not the answer to the fucking climate crisis.
Even he says that.
Yeah.
Even he says that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is even on that train too.
Yeah. Well, there's Republicans in the government that are saying we can't take guns away. Yeah, it doesn't mean they aren't part of the fucking team trying to fuck us.
Yeah.
Tesla putting fucking encompassing this globe in satellites, and then he wants us to put in Neuralinks.
Yeah, he actually was. He was on that train. He was. I don't think he's on the train anymore.
He's like-
I
he's
don't
like-
think he's anymore on that.
You ever
either.
watch The Simpsons? He's like Hank Scorpio from The Simpsons.
Hank Scorpio?
He was a lovable guy, but he was evil.
I don't know, man. Maybe he was. He might have been evil, but I think he's. Okay, for instance, you know what happened last week with him, right?
Who?
Elon Musk and Twitter.
No.
Okay, so NPR
Okay.
is
National Propaganda Radio.
exactly what it is. Okay, so what he did is he took away their blue check and said this is government sponsored radio. They've lost their blue check. and the fucking world lost their fucking mind over it. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's a good thing.
sounds like an awesome thing to do.
Yeah, he did it. He didn't. Not it wasn't. It's a real thing. It really happened.
If you want to keep your name in the news and you want to stay all relevant, and you want Twitter to make a little bit of money, I suppose what you
Well,
should
the
do
Twitter-
is stir the pot.
The Twitter files, man. The Twitter files are. I mean, this stuff is huge.
I'm not
This
saying
is
it's
government
not. I'm
censorship.
not saying it's not true. I'm just saying
He-
Elon Musk is not a fucking hero.
I think he's starting to become one.
I don't think he's a fucking hero.
I think he's starting. I mean, the FBI files that he's released
Doesn't matter.
I mean, seriously, I mean,
Never
this guy-
forget that the Illuminati thing is they got to tell us what they're doing, right?
Good point.
Yeah, he ain't no
That's
fucking
why they
hero.
have- that's
That's
why
why
they-
Trump ain't no fucking hero.
Uh,
Still alive, still in control, still doing things. Snowden, not a fucking hero. I need more coffee. How about you?
I'm good. I'm done.
Are you good? You're done.
Yeah.
What do you mean you're done? He's like, this is great coffee. You want another cup? No.
He
No.
always has a sink coming home.
Maybe he's just an asshole.
I watched Airplane the other night. I haven't seen that movie in so long. And that
Starting to shiver.
Yeah.
Starting to shake.
Yeah.
Got the thesaurus out. Hang on.
Such a fucking great movie. It's just, could never be made today.
I gotta blow up the
Yeah,
autopilot.
yeah. He's all smiling.
Comes up with a big smile.
Yeah. Dude, that movie, man, that movie is classic.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's probably one of my top 10 favorite movies. It really is. And Blazing Saddles is in the top 10 too. Goodfellas is number one.
Movies they could never remake.
Ever.
Blazing Saddles, Airplane,
Ever.
probably
Airplane 2,
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. Spaceballs is kind of tame. Comparatively to the other ones, like to History of the World. So,
That's a great one.
I know, it's a great movie. I no way they could ever make that movie. Ever make that movie.
Jesus. Yes.
Yeah.
What?
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 What? Yeah.
What?
Jesus.
Yes.
Yes. Great
We're Jews in space.
Hold on, the producers.
Soaring along, protecting the Hebrew race.
The producers, the original, could never be made again. No way, dude. Hitler in
Yeah.
springtime. Yeah, I mean, fuck,
Hitler
dude.
on ice.
No, the fucking movie was Springtime for Hitler in
Uh-huh.
Germany. That was
Yeah.
the movie for the producers. That's the play. And it turned out to be a big success. Remember, they were trying to destroy it, but that's Gene Wilder too. So
Yeah.
that's a great movie. I don't know if you've ever seen it, man, but it's
That's been a long time.
fucking great, dude.
Long time.
It is fucking a great movie, dude. The remake was Nathan Lane, who I love all his stuff, but you know,
I don't like anybody in Hollywood anymore, man. I just can't. If they're not speaking out against
I like
what's
Russell
going
Brand.
on
I
there,
like Russell Brand.
if they aren't, well, he's not in Hollywood.
Yeah, he is. He just did a movie, fucking
Oh,
Death
fuck. Well,
Death on the Nile. It's a brand. It's like, well, it's 3 years old now.
well,
but,
see, and again, he has a platform, and he says the things that we all know.
right.
So,
He's taken the red pill. He's been. red
they
pill
say
for
they
sure.
say don't meet your heroes.
Yeah.
I say don't have heroes.
Alex Jones is my hero.
I'm not gonna have heroes.
You're my hero.
I'm not gonna have heroes anymore, man.
Did you
I-
ever know
I would
that
hate-
you're my hero?
I would hate to meet Alex Jones and find out that he is part of the system.
He's not. There's no way. There's no fucking
Yeah.
way. No fucking way.
Still
No
alive,
fucking way.
still got a voice, still got a platform.
I had a $1.7 billion fucking.
People that want to
Doesn't
change
make
things usually don't live long after they decide that they want to change things.
Okay, so let's explore that.
Lincoln,
Roland Rife.
JFK,
fucking.
Martin Luther King.
That's
Malcolm
60s
X
shit.
even.
That's 60s shit. Come on, let's go.
Lincoln wasn't in the 60s. Well,
1860s.
1860s.
Yeah.
Son of a-
That's it again, motherfucker.
So, yeah. Listen, man,
Hold on.
we missed our chance for a revolution. We got to accept what's going on. 2 generations, maybe 3, and they'll start waking up to the point that they need to start fighting. Right now, we're comfortable. We're here in front of the camera going, oh, everything's so horrible for everybody out there. But see, I live in the lap of luxury, man. So does he. What'd you do yesterday? Oh, I went golfing. It was a whole. I had to be with a transgender. And it's just like. So we're very comfortable, and that's why we don't do anything. That's why we're radical anti-inactivists. we'll become radical activists once the power gets turned off, and it's not for like a couple of hours because of a storm.
You know what I think is going to be the big one, the catalyst. And I think it's going to be one of the first things to go is the food stamps. Because they're already talking about food stamps, the SNAP program being redone. Okay, they're already starting to.
Well, see,
and once that happens, you're going to have fucking riots in the street. I'm telling you right now, you're going to have it because they've been programmed for so long. You know, they've been on the teat for so long now. I mean, we're talking generations.
Yeah. Once the teat gets taken, but you know who's on those programs?
We know who
Walmart employees.
Well, yeah.
Military.
So
and then low income urban neighborhoods.
Right. Exactly.
So that's a pretty wide swath of the United States that's on the SNAP program.
Goddamn fucking pilots on the SNAP
program. Now
they
can either take it away and cause the havoc, like you said, or they can use that to force the transition to the CBDC and the social credit score.
Yeah, they take away.
Behave yourself, or you don't get food.
Okay, listen. There's a date. I use it the 1st or the 15th ish that they get their snaps. Okay,
that's why they're trying to control.
Yeah, exactly. They take away one time because I remember the computer went down a couple years ago. I don't know if you remember this or not.
No.
Okay, the SNAP program computer blew up. Something happened bad, and so all the South, like Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Arkansas, they didn't get their SNAP.
Okay.
Awards, whatever you want to call them, whatever you want to call them.
It's an award, all right.
Yeah,
participation.
It's a participation trophy, exactly. I'm talking not 10 minutes after that thing went down and people weren't getting their money, their food stamps. There was like seriously like fucking thousands of people showing up at the what do you call it,
the office.
What's it called? Wait, the fucking child development place.
Child development place?
Well,
school?
No. Well, that too. No.
Child health service.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Child health service, and that's where they get their. That's where they administrate them. So there's thousands of people outside there. Within 10, 15 minutes of them not getting them, and they're all out there saying shit like, "If I don't get my food stamps, it's gonna be a fucking fire," and blah blah blah. And this is 10 minutes after it's just going down for a couple hours. Okay, they keep it going down forever. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
It's going to be a nightmare. It will be, and it will cause people to finally say, I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it.
Yeah, but see, that's... No.
I'm not meaning that
because then there's SNAP people that, if they did it like that, what would happen is that would just cause civil unrest between us, which is what they want.
Oh, yeah, I agree. 100%. I'm not saying that...
Because the people that get all mad and go SNAP, they're going to go burn down and break into grocery stores and shit like that because they're idiots.
Right.
Instead of going straight to the federal buildings and burning those down.
Well, hold on. Here's a great point. A couple years before that, the SNAP program accidentally gave a bunch of people way over what they were supposed to get. Like thousands of dollars in food stamps. Okay? And everyone was like, within minutes of them saying, oh my God, I got $5,000 in food stamps, to the store, booking it to the store, filling carts like crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like just trying to get it done and get through the line because they know they're going to fix that shit, you know what I'm saying? And they fixed it before they could get, well, some people did get through the line. They got some stuff, you know what I'm saying? But there's shopping carts full of shit everywhere on these stores, just left. They just, as soon as they find out that the SNAP program fixed the thing, they just leave the carts and walk out.
Well, of course.
It's just crazy to me that they would like, that's the kind of mentality people have. If I was on the SNAP program and I saw $5,000, I know, but if I saw that, I'd be like, "Oh, that's a mess up. I'm not going to go and try to spend $5,000." And I wouldn't do it.
Don't even pretend.
I wouldn't do it
because if you were on the SNAP program, that means that anytime something like that happened, you would take advantage of it like they tried to. Don't lie to me and say,
"I'm not lying."
If I was on if you were on the SNAP program for 1 month because you were, out of work for fucking a minute.
Right.
And that happened, then maybe I believe you. But if you were on the SNAP program religiously, like all these people, and that happened,
yes,
you would be the motherfucker with the full cart.
I'm not going to deny that.
You aren't.
I'm not going to deny that, okay?
Because I've done the food assistance program. And you know what? I've given my fucking food card here. Here you go. Yep, I get half that in drugs. Cool, thanks. There's 300 on the card. Here's 150 in drugs. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, don't pretend.
Back when they got actual card every month instead of like filling it like an ATM is now, like it's an ATM.
Yeah. So don't pretend that if you were on the SNAP program, you wouldn't take advantage. If you used it as a supplement once or twice, then I could believe that you'd be like, oh shit, they gave me way too much. I better call them. Is this correct? Oh no, okay, thank you.
I found a wallet a couple years ago. It had a couple $100 in it. I would drink the water with money in it. You know, I mean, that's just how I am, though. I mean, I've always been that way. When I was young, I would do stupid shit like shoplift, stupid shit like dumb
I've
shit.
stolen candy bars.
Exactly. You know, I've done that shit. You know, I got caught one time.
Pair of
never did
shoes
it
one
again.
time. I got a pair of shoes one time.
I was walking out with a half rack of Mountain Dew, and I got caught. So, and I never did it again. You know. So, but I've done stupid shit. But I've always, I don't know. I guess I get stupid when I get drunk, though. I'll steal like beer glasses and shit. You know. But I don't. I mean, I'm just like.
Listen, I used to go with Joanne's family up to the Muckleshoot Casino a lot, and they used to have, you know, the crab thing.
Yeah.
And so crab crackers.
Yeah.
And they have crab at home once in a while, and they
Right.
didn't have crab crackers, so we go up there and I'd take a couple pairs. Here you go.
Exactly. I mean,
And after a couple times, even her dad would be like, "Hey, can you give me a couple more?"
Right. Yeah, they don't have those no more. You know that, right?
Yeah, they don't.
They have the fork. The fork thing was way better. I have a couple. I was
I get it, but
yeah.
you know, when they stopped having him, he was like, "I think you take too many." So listen, I've done ignorant, stupid shit like that too, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend that if I was on the SNAP program, not just used it because I needed a supplement once or twice, but if I was on the SNAP program and they made a mistake like that, believe me, I would fucking be on it.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, I can't put myself in. I was really poor as a kid, but you know, I didn't feel poor. You know,
And you weren't poor, you were broke.
we were broke.
There's a
Definitely.
big difference.
Okay, we were broke. Okay,
Big difference.
but I was happy. You know, I mean, I got to.
That's how you know you weren't poor.
Right. I mean, I was happy. You know, I mean, I wore I was the kid wore the stupid clothes to school and shit. You know what I'm saying? Having low end sneakers.
I wore my sister's hand-me-downs. You know what it's like getting picked on because your fucking shirt buttons up the wrong way?
Right. No, I get it.
I
did. I got.
You understand what a fluffy collar can do to a kid?
Yeah. The fucking pads.
I'm lucky I'm not a fucking transgender. Okay.
You're trying. They were trying, weren't they?
No, it's just that's all you had. Older sister, you know, and the pants fit,
Right.
so it's
Right.
just like, okay, I guess I'm wearing girl tees. Cool.
Right.
Feel like good thing.
Yeah, but I was happy, you know. I mean, but I would. My mom used to send me to the store with the. Remember, back in the day, it was an actual book of stamps. Remember? I don't remember.
Yeah, the food stamps.
Colored,
Oh,
they
yeah.
were colored.
Oh,
Yeah. My mom would give me
like
20.
Monopoly money.
Yeah, it looked exactly like Monopoly money, exactly. And then my mom would send me down to the store with $20 in food stamps, and I'd buy what she needed, cigarettes included. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then
Back when you could buy beer and cigarettes when you were 5 because your mom said,
yeah.
"Go to the store, tell them I sent you."
Yeah. Well, no, she would send me with a note. What she would do.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't even get the note.
Yeah, I would get a note, and I'd give it to the guy. He knew who we were, so he'd be like, "Okay, here's your mom's cigarettes." You know,
back then there was still a community.
Right? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was because everybody knew each other. You know.
Yeah.
And I'd have the $20. I get the bread, I get the milk, I get the cigarettes, you know, and I'd have $16 in change. You know what I'm saying?
And they'd give that back to you in cash.
In cash. Yeah, they give it back to you in cash. Exactly. Yep. Exactly what they do. And I would keep a couple bucks myself. My mom knew I kept it. You know, I didn't steal it. I told her. I said I took a couple bucks for the walk and all that, and bring the shit back. She'd be like, "Oh yeah, you go ahead.
I earned my money.
Yeah, you go ahead. You keep $2." You know what I'm saying? But $2 back then was a lot more than
$2 back then was like $100.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was. Dude, $2. I could get a bus ride.
I could get on a plane.
Yeah, I could.
I could go to Africa. Go on safari for 3 weeks.
Hey, I hate to say it, man. My first trip when I was a kid, when I was 18, we went to Europe. Now it was like $7,000. Back then, I went to Europe on the plane for less than $300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I could go to Hawaii round trip for $300.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I mean, I went to Europe at 18. The whole trip was no more than $700,
Yeah.
and that's food, lodging, airfare there and back. You know, I bought tons of trinkets.
That's
and shit.
when the U.S. dollar was strong as shit.
Dude. Oh, hey, yeah. When I was in Europe, when I was in Italy,
And that
It was
wasn't
way-
even when
way
it was
more.
very strong.
Yeah.
It was half.
it was still gold
It
standard.
had half its fucking
No,
power
it wasn't gold
by the
standard.
time I was fucking alive.
Yeah, it wasn't gold standard. Gold standard ended in '77, I think.
Imagine being in the 40s when the dollar had so much buying power. You
Yeah,
only
yeah.
needed about 1,500 of them to buy a Ford Mustang.
Yeah, my dad used to tell me stories. Okay, my dad would tell me stories that his mom, my grandma, my late grandma, who I miss to this day, one of those grandmas that feed her, feed her grandma. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you look hungry. You went to some pork wall. Boom. pierogies.
Eat
Anyway,
now. Eat now.
Anyway,
Eat now.
yeah, exactly.
Eat more.
Yeah,
Eat more now.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Eat more now. You're too skinny.
Yeah, and so she would give him a quarter, okay, and on a quarter he could go to the movies all day with popcorn and candy and a bus ride for a quarter. You know what I'm saying, I mean,
Imagine life was good.
imagine if you could have the economy back then that we have now with all the technology and all the stuff we have and the way we could really do some good. You know what I'm saying? We could.
We could.
We
but-
could,
but
man.
we don't want to.
Yeah, I know we don't want it.
We like to talk a good game, but we don't play it.
No. Well, I mean, you know, I know that you don't think we're doing much here, but at least we're doing something. You know, I mean, we're complaining,
We're
yes.
talking about it.
We're complaining.
We're
talking
doing
about
the
it.
American thing. We're complaining.
Well, yeah, we're complaining, but at least we're trying something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's better than nothing. It's
Hey,
better,
and like
it's
I
better
said-
than me being home watching the Masters just act like so complacent. You know?
In a couple of generations, we'll do the French thing. We'll be out there in the streets en masse and just.
I think it's too late
tearing
then.
it down.
I think it's too late then. I think
Well,
it's too
yeah,
late.
it is.
I think it's too late then.
I think it's too late now.
I don't. There's no. We don't have Gestapos. We don't have armed guards
Yes,
everywhere.
but
Yeah,
we
not
can't.
yet.
We can't gather in a large enough group to go make a difference.
Bullshit. They just did it in fucking Tennessee or whatever.
What?
They just did it
Did
in
they?
Tennessee. Yeah.
What'd they do?
They had 10,000 people storm the Capitol, the national capital or whatever, for because they passed the no child law or whatever there. And it was you know what it looked like? You know what it looked like? It looked just like January 6th. Except, yeah.
Oh, you mean when the trenders
Yeah,
went into
yeah.
the Tennessee
Yeah,
Capitol?
yeah.
that was a political stunt. That's nothing. What I'm talking about is if patriots stand up and say we don't need democracy in a constitutional republic, and they go to the Capitol buildings in their cities by the droves, like hundreds of thousands, and they stop these senators from actually raping the Constitution. But we're not going to do that. And it's already too late. It's already too late.
Should I bring this book to Easter today?
Sure.
I'm gonna read this book right here. Hold on, I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I guess I've heard of the book. I've never read it. He let me
Loose
borrow
for
it.
Hammers. Very, very nice book. It's pretty apocalyptic, but
It's
it's
not
also
pretty.
about surviving after the apocalypse and interactions
It's a lot like I
as
heard.
humanity rebuilds.
I heard it's a lot like the movie The Road, is what I've heard. The book is.
I think I don't know. I
Have
can't
you seen-
remember the
have you seen-
road.
it's
Was that
with,
the one with
Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've seen that. It's kind of only they.
Don't worry. Just I did a little research on it, like a little bit of research on
I
it.
can't remember what the cataclysm was for the road.
It was
but-
it was a meteor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
then,
it was a
then,
meteor.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't remember this. I gotta go look at my library. I can't remember. I read this other actual series of books where for some reason suddenly gasoline became non-explosive,
Weird.
and so like planes were falling out of the sky.
Oh,
Cars no
like
longer
like
ran.
like that? Like
Yeah.
it was working and then all of a sudden it wasn't working?
Yes.
Kind of like EMP for gas?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
And so they were basically driven back to
Stone Age.
Well, not the Stone Age, but horse and carriage, so the medieval time.
Medieval time, yeah, exactly, yeah.
And they were, since trucks and shit didn't run, they just stripped the leaf spring off them, make swords because
Right.
guns didn't fire. Ammunition didn't work either.
Really?
There was no combustible
Anything.
anything.
Weird.
They could only make fire with wood. So it was pretty cataclysmic change
Right.
in what happened for society, and so it was interesting to read that they go back to jousting. They went back to
Well, they had to
blacksmithing and
entertain
shit like
themselves
that.
somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. I mean, because
But
if you're not entertained,
they also moved pretty quickly to cannibalism.
Oh, yeah.
which was
Yeah.
kind of funny. And see, and that's you talk about the millions and millions of people that are on the SNAP program, and if
it's
they take
hundreds
that
of
away,
millions. It's hundreds of millions.
imagine
Oh yeah.
the devastation
Okay.
that they won't tell you about
Yeah.
in the
Oh
inner
no.
city.
Oh no. Hold on. Okay, this is a guy that comes on Alex all the time. Okay. I'm trying to remember his name. He's a
Nice segue to eating people.
No. Seriously, this is exactly a segue to eating people. What is it? Lee Strausen, I think is his name. Okay.
Okay.
He's like he was in the military. He was like a one of those black op guys. So he knows some shit. But now he does like
Not sponsored.
not sponsored. I would love for Alex to sponsor. If Alex Jones came on our show one time, the show would fucking blow up because he's done it so many times to so many shows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we're not.
That's not gonna happen. I know. I've actually
Right
called,
now.
I've called the show. Been on hold for 4 hours. And
Yeah.
if I get through one of these times, I'm gonna be like,
Hey, I'm on the radical anti-inactivist.
Exactly.
I gotta tell you, I love you. I
Hold on.
want you to do things.
I'm telling you, it happens more times than you think. Someone comes on the show, does exactly that. I have a podcast called The Radical Anti-Inactivist Show, and he'll be like, I'll check you out. And then he'll go check them out, and then they go, can you come on the show? And he'll be like, he'll remote the show because he's got a sweet-ass studio. So he sounds like he's in studio with us, you know what I'm saying? And he's going on the
Green
show.
screen, looks like he's here.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll be right here.
No, yeah, exactly. He's got, well, no.
Mr. Jones, sir.
No, he'll be in his studio, doing his thing, and then he'll switch back and forth and stuff. But he'll do 10-minute segment on these shows, like the Power Hour. I don't know if you heard that, the Tim Cast or whatever it's called.
Oh, Tim.
Well, hold on. He went on Tim Cast in the beginning, and the reason Tim Cast is what he is because Alex.
Yeah,
I mean, it
sure.
happens,
Yeah.
Anyways.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I would love to suckle the teat and ride the coattail of Alex Jones for as long as it would, work.
I'm
Not
sorry.
sponsored, and we're never going to be
I
sponsored.
know, hold on,
we're
hold
never
on.
going
This
to
is
be
just
sponsored
Green
because
Man.
I like to smoke marijuana live on TV.
Yeah, I know. He smokes weed.
I get it, but
Yeah. Anyway, at the point. We're getting
Alex,
we're getting off point.
we know that you're telling the truth.
I think his name is Lee Straussen. I think.
Okay.
Okay. And so he
so
went
back
in.
to-
Yeah.
yeah.
He was talking about what happens if something like that did happen. If the end of the world came, he says, day one, there'd be mass panic, of course. You know what I'm saying? And lights are out, blah blah blah. Day two, you're gonna see chaos immediately. You're gonna start seeing chaos. He said it wouldn't take more than a week for people to start eating each other.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
Yeah, he said about a week is when people the supplies are gone from the shelves, people's food supply at home is depleted. In about a week, most people have about a week's worth of food. Realistically, I have a lot more than that, but I mean, most people don't. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, what he's talking about, those people that go in and they raid the shelves, and then they go home and they're hungry, so they eat all that,
Right.
and so that's all gone within a few days.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And now they're hungry.
Right.
And now they're like, oh, well, I guess I'll eat the pets.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, he said
and
the
then
same
they're
thing.
hungry again.
He said the same
oh, well,
thing.
I guess
Yeah,
I'm going to eat the owner.
Yeah, exactly. No, he said the same thing. He's
and
like,
so the strong
Yeah,
start
yeah.
eating the weak, and I
Exactly.
start shooting the strong.
right, exactly. He said the same thing. Pets go next. Those are the ones that go next. They start eating your ducks next door. They're gone. You know what I'm saying? He gonna eat them first. You might get one.
Oh, no.
Two.
Oh, no. I'm keeping the ducks. I'm keeping the ducks alive.
Eggs. Yeah.
Well, eggs
How many is he
and
having?
breeding.
How many is he having?
I think he's got like at least a dozen.
I think
and
it
there's-
sounds like he's
there's
got quite a
at least
few.
one male over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I know that.
Right. So is he?
Because I've actually before we finished putting up the big fence, because they used to jump over.
Right.
So before we put up the big fence, I mean he'd be over there grabbing him and just going at it. And it's like shit, get some.
Yeah. Go on now, get you some.
So
yeah. So. I mean,
so yeah, but no. Listen. Realistically, I want to say that I would own those ducks and I would protect those ducks because I'd want the eggs and the food.
Right. It's
But
constant
I
food
don't,
supply.
and
Constant.
see, I don't know. I don't know what the people on the next block have. I know what these 3 houses
Over here,
and
these guys-
those 4 houses have.
Kyle's house.
What I don't know is what
Kyle.
that. I know what that house has.
Right.
But he's on my side,
Right.
and I don't know what the house.
And you know the guy
has.
behind us too. You know.
I
that
know
he-
the guy behind us.
Yeah.
I know what he's got, and the 2 people to either side of him. So I mean, I've got my perimeter scope. So like I said, if it went down, and I'm here,
Right.
cool.
Right.
But if it really goes down and
Right.
I'm far away from here,
Right. In Seattle.
yeah, if I'm at work and shit
Yeah.
goes down,
Yeah.
I'm might die trying to get out of Seattle
Yeah.
because I will be cutting my way out.
Oh no, it could be that way too. I mean, just look at what happens when there's a snowstorm.
Oh yeah, people abandon their cars on the
Yeah,
goddamn freeway.
it took me last time I was at work and it started snowing hard. It took me almost 5 hours to get home, and it's just snow. You know what I'm saying? Just think if it's apocalypse, it's gonna be epic.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean,
I keep telling you, watch that movie, the show, The Last of Us. I'm telling you,
the last.
it was a video game. We talked about this before, and they turned into a show on HBO. Excellent. I mean, they did Apocalypse perfect. I think. They really did, and they used the cordyceps. Remember we talked about that?
The what?
The cordyceps. the fungus that takes over the bugs.
Yeah.
And they use that as the mode to transform people into zombies. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Oh no, it's cool, dude. It is cool, and it has a whole like the dichotomy of the transition from a human to like because they keep flourishing because they're mushroom now. They're turning into a mushroom, you know, and so their face gets taken over first because it affects the brain first. So, and then the mushroom cracks their head in half and shit, and they turn into a thing called the clickers. And then after 2 years, they turn into these things called bloaters because their whole body becomes a fungus. So they become impossible to shoot. You know what I'm saying? So they become harder to kill. The more they're in the state, the harder they become to kill. So
the more you got to use choppy chop weapons.
Yeah,
but then you're just spreading them.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. You can
spores come back.
Well, that's the whole thing about
that's why when you go mushroom hunting, you pick almost all of them and then you smear the rest of them on.
Yeah,
and then you can come back a couple weeks later and do it again.
Well, and the more you smear, the bigger it gets. Yeah, exactly. So, but that wasn't instituted in the show. But they did have.
You mean they didn't follow the science? Trenders.
Yeah, I know they didn't follow the science on that one, but they did Apocalypse really good. I think they did it really, really good. You know how the cities become dilapidated faster than it looks like they should. 20 years, and they got buildings falling over. Kind of thing, you know? Yeah. So it's a good show. It's a really good show. The ending was really, really rushed, but I mean, as far as like the whole way because they took her from one safe area and tried to get her to another safe area, and just getting there showed exactly what we're talking about. How becomes this clicky, you know. Like, you know, we control this shit kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Tighten it. Someone's on top of that pile of people.
There's people eating going in the show and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it's no dogs. You don't see no dogs or cats anywhere in the show. Not
or
one.
rats.
There's horses though. There is horses, but they use them to get around. Yeah, exactly.
So they hurt something, then you gotta fucking
eat
it.
But hey, don't get me wrong. There's a dead horse that they eat. They do eat it. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's definitely they do the end of the world well, and I think that's kind of how it'll go down, depending on what happens. If it's an asteroid, it destroys half the country or half the world, then it'll be different, you know. Or which I've been hearing a lot about, the super volcano. That could be really fucking devastating to everything.
Yeah, but super volcano. I mean, that's not gonna happen here.
We have one. There's 3 in the world, and we have one.
What one? What?
You know, Old Faithful is, right? It's a super volcano.
Yeah, but see that thing.
The something cauldron. The fucking.
We're talking about Yosemite, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that thing, even with explosive power, that would be world ending for that thing to actually explode.
It would be. It would be not world ending, but it would be definitely United States ending, Canada and Mexico.
No,
for sure.
For that thing to explode, it would have to be a world ending apocalyptic. I mean, back to just before the Stone Age kind of apocalypse.
From what seismologists have said, that it would definitely destroy, especially the entire east coast of the United States, most of Canada and Mexico in just the blast itself. And then the fallout would destroy a lot more. You know?
Well, yeah, because to create a blast in that large of a caldera, to create the blast,
bring it up.
Bring it up
the super volcano here. Well, we went on an end of the world kick today.
Yeah, it's great.
I kind of enjoyed it.
Jesus is coming.
Jesus, yeah, on Easter. Yellowstone, right? Oh, you had it. Yeah.
What?
You had it. It was there. It said Yellowstone. Right there. The Yellowstone caldera, right there.
Where?
Super volcano, North America, right there. Boom.
Okay, so look.
I know about the Bell's Carrot. See, hold on. See right there. Look at that map right there. That is the destruction map. Of
but see, the size of this caldera
is huge.
And so for it to have that much eruptive power,
right,
is really, I don't think that could happen in our lifetime. I don't think that kind of buildup could happen in our lifetime, because that doesn't happen very much. Mount St. Helens didn't even do that. Mount St. Helens just threw a big fucking ash cloud all over the planet.
What are you talking about? Wiped out the entire basin.
the mountain blew up.
Yeah.
There's no mountain here to blow up.
Well, the mountain's underground. Mountain.
There's no mountain here to blow up.
Well, you understand where mountains come from, right?
Yeah, they build up and they build up and they build up and they build up.
Right.
That's and the ocean is defeating a lot of mountains that are coming up because its erosive power is stronger than their building power. Pompeii, big eruption, mountain didn't blow up. Kilimanjaro, big eruption, mountain didn't blow up. St. Helens, mountain blew up.
Yeah. Whole side blew out.
It wasn't cataclysmic.
Well, yeah, it was. The whole basin got wiped out.
No, we're not in the Stone Age.
I know, but it was like there was
So for this to blow up in the manner that St. Helens did would be so fucking cataclysmic
I agree with you.
that we probably wouldn't survive.
Oh, we wouldn't survive here.
No.
I know that. Look at the. See, that's the explosion map right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's just the explosion. That doesn't have to do with anything else. Not.
and
No
the
fallout?
power
Yeah.
needed
Yeah.
for that
Oh yeah, I agree.
is not beneath it right now.
We don't know that though.
Yeah, we do. Because if it was there, this thing would be doing this. It would be coming up. Right now. It would be coming up. Whether it was going to explode in 10 years or 100, it would be coming up. Right now, what it does is it does this. It does this. They measure the land going up and down in feet.
It's a caldera though.
Yeah.
It's not a tectonic plate pushing up. It's a caldera.
No,
it's a magma pool is what it is.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not a
It's
tectonic.
just the pool.
The tectonic plate melts as it goes into it, basically. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
but it's a huge pool. Like if you throw
Look at the
if
size
you
of that
throw
thing,
an M80 in a toilet, you'll blow up the toilet.
Yeah.
If you throw an M80 in a fucking pool, you'll make a splash.
Right. Well, I get that. Yes, but I'm saying that the pressure is building. They're saying it's
Well,
building
yeah.
because they're having seismic activity like they've never seen before.
But
So,
it's not going to explode in the way they're trying to scare you with
I'm not
this
trying.
map.
I'm not scared. I'm not
I-
saying
I-
that.
I
I'm
didn't
not-
say you were scared.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it's just interesting. That could be one of the things that took it out.
For that to happen, though, at that scale, we would definitely see it coming because there would be it would go like this for at least a fucking month,
We would.
and then it'd be like, holy shit, something's going on over there. We better get very, very far away from it.
Well, that's what they're saying. This stuff is happening. They didn't see Mount St. Helens coming.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, I don't. I've never read anything that they saw it coming.
Well,
Really, I haven't.
they didn't know that it was going to do that.
Right.
They watched it erupting. They said, "Hey, let's set up an observation."
No, I mean, they didn't
they-
see the eruption coming. Is what I'm saying. They didn't see it coming.
Well, they knew that there was activity. They knew something was going to happen. They
Right.
didn't know that the fucking mountain was going to collapse and then get blown across the planet.
This is crazy because I just moved here from Japan when it happened. I remember I was only 10 years old, and I remember exactly what happened. We were living right off base. We just got back from Japan.
Yeah.
I
I was living in Skyway when it happened.
we were living in right by Spanaway Lake. You know, I was just there yesterday. You know,
Yeah.
kind of in that area. You know what I'm saying? And we were playing out in the whatever. Me, my brother, and a couple of our friends. I can't remember their names now. This was a long time ago. And we heard this rumbling. We're like, "What the fuck is that?" And we're like getting kind of nervous. So we get on our bikes and start fucking riding around looking for shit. You know what I'm saying? And we look up in the sky and you can see the plume. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And we're like, "What the fuck is that?" So we jump on top of a fucking garbage can, just sat there and watched it forever. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, we got up on our roof.
yeah, I was just like sitting there going, "What the fuck is that shit?
Yep.
What the fuck is that?" And then my mom comes screaming. You can hear, "Andrew, don't stop!" And we're like, "Well, it's time to go." So we went home, and my mom's like, "Just making sure you're okay." I go, "Mom, what is that?" And she said, "Went into the
Yeah.
hole." Well, that's a volcano going off. We might want to be careful right now. You know?
So they knew something was going to happen. They didn't know
I've
what.
never read that. I've watched multiple documentaries on that too. I've never heard that they knew it was coming.
Well, they because they didn't say on May 18th it's going to explode. No, they knew something was going on. That's why they were observing it. That's why they had people watching it from across the valley going, yep, check it out. Up, something's happening. Up, yep, check it out for months. And then it went dormant for a little bit, and I think maybe they took a day off, and then all of a sudden, woof!
That's crazy. Dude.
And they did not know that the mountain was going to explode, and that to get an explosion like that out of the caldera of Yosemite would just that would devastate the entire the U.S. would be gone.
See, I mean, that's just the explosion. Like I said, I mean, look at the if you pull out of a map of the United States, like up there, see those the three. That's the three right there on the right map. No, right there. Yeah, see those three. They're saying that if the one Yellowstone goes off, that the other two would go off as well, which would fucking
Well, of course they would, but like again, the one in Yellowstone would have to build up so much pressure
right
for that kind of activity to happen. Then yes, even the one down there in Guatemala would probably go off.
Yeah, well, that's all Ring of Fire shit too.
Yeah,
yeah. Actually, I think the one in California is Ring of Fire, but the other one is the other plate.
Well, this whole thing right here
yeah,
is the Ring of Fire.
No, yeah, well, it just goes on. It just goes into the West Coast though. It doesn't go inside the United States. It's right on the Caldera Valley is what it's basically goes on. And then
So-
the other one's a different plate. Yeah.
But yeah, that. Yeah, that's like an asteroid impact the size of Chicxulub. So.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, but Chicxulub took out the entire fucking planet. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, it took out the entire planet. But it wasn't the explosion that took out the entire planet. It was the wave and it was the fucking fallout. The fallout's what killed everything off in the end.
Well, it was everything, and there's evidence that it wasn't just one impact. It was a series of impacts over a couple of eons, probably around 2,000 years. There was a series of impacts. Plus, there was the volcanic eruption that was happening in, I think it was either Africa or Siberia. I can't remember which one, but I mean, it could have been both through that time frame. So the culmination of all those things killed off 90% of life on the planet, with the finishing touch being the Chicxulub crater or meteor impact.
Only thing that survived was stuff in the water. It's the only thing that survived.
And things that were underground.
Underground, yeah. Because I know that we come from basically
mold.
Well, we come from. I thought we come from water. I thought there was a creature that.
Well, we're mammals.
Well, it came from
mammals came from the water,
yeah.
and supposedly we came. We're rats. We're related to rats and monkeys and moles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know, but I thought that the first thing that hit land, it then became like able to breathe air, and then it started growing limbs and shit over eons. You know what I'm
Something
saying?
became amphibious, yeah.
I can't remember.
And then said, "Hey, I like land better." And then some things said, "Land's cool, but I'm going back in the water to be a whale."
Well,
so,
yeah. But yeah, I can't.
Life is weird.
It is weird. And now this I learned in high school. This shit I learned in high school. Like that it was a mammal that came from the water that basically became a land creature. And then we're talking millions and millions of years ago.
That's what they claim is
yeah.
that started in the water and came up on the land. That's what they say. Those are the things that they tell us that we're supposed to believe.
Well,
unless you want to believe the Bible, where God said everything all at once right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay.
But monkeys are starting to use tools. So
I know, exactly. I mean, but
crows use tools.
Yeah. Oh, crows are smart as hell. Explain the dinosaurs then. I mean, that's the whole thing. I
can't explain
350 million years. I mean, of dinosaurs. 350 million years of dinosaurs.
Well, they didn't have church, so I'm sure they didn't fucking kill each other over religious reasons.
They didn't have church.
They weren't killing themselves over religious reasons, but they were definitely carnivorous.
Yeah, they were eating each other. What they were doing. Yeah. But they made it for 350 million years, which is just to this day. It's just astonishing to me that they
imagine humanity if it survives for 350 million years, where it could go.
Oh yeah,
the devastation we could strewn across the galaxies. Because what we do is we destroy shit.
I know, but if we could become self-aware of that, I mean, we could probably do something.
Some of us are self-aware.
I agree. Some of us are. Some of us aren't.
But the ones that matter aren't in power. The ones that have control shouldn't.
Well,
we can't stop it.
You know why? You know why that the ones that have control are so evil. You know why, right?
Because they want to run everything.
No,
and that's evil in itself.
No, it's not that. I don't think that's that anymore. I think it's they just don't like people. I think they just don't like them.
I don't like people.
I don't either. At some point, and sometimes I don't like people either. But I think they just want everything for themselves. I think that's what it really is. I think they don't want to run shit. They want to own shit. They want everything to be theirs.
They're selfish.
Yes.
And cruel.
Yes. And evil. I'm sorry. They're fucking evil.
That's selfish and cruel equals evil.
Yeah. It can, absolutely. But there's cruel and
Hey, you're supposed to come in the goddamn elbow pit!
Sorry. I apologize. You can be cruel, not evil though. You know what I'm saying? You can be cruel and not be. I mean,
I don't know.
well, listen, war. Let's talk about war. Okay, let's talk war. War. It takes a certain mindset to be able to pull that trigger with someone in your sights. You know what I'm saying? You have to be a little cruel. But to be evil is you shoot the guy and then cut his fucking head off and stick it in your backpack. You know what I'm saying? Use it as a goddamn good fucking luck charm or something. That's cruel. You know, that's evil. You know, and cruel. You know, so I mean, there's levels of cruelty that you can say is not evil. Throwing babies in pits of fucking tigers, yeah, that's pretty fucking evil, and cruel. You know, but
Cruel.
punishing your children.
Cruel is shooting him in the leg, and then shooting him in the hip, and then shooting him in the chest.
Okay.
Evil is shooting him in the leg, and then skinning them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like that analogy. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Exactly. Cruel also, and we can work on it. Cruel is shooting him in the leg, and then trying to use that pain in the leg to get information. You know what I'm saying? That's another way of being cruel, not being evil. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, extracting evidence. You know that. So,
But
I
see,
mean,
that's the thing about torture is eventually they're going to say whatever you want them to tell you.
well, you torture them enough, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll tell you.
I mean,
they'll go transgender.
I'll tell you what. You threaten me with torture. What do you want to know?
Yeah, I will tell you everything.
You,
Right
you
now.
don't need to torture me. I'll tell you everything, and then you can kill me.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? Because I know I'm not getting out of this alive.
Right, just put a hot
But
one
you
on
don't
the
need
head.
to torture me.
Yeah.
I'll give you any information.
Yeah, what do you want to know? I'll tell you everything.
Because at this point, if you start skinning me, I'm gonna start screaming what you want to hear.
Right, I'll tell you what you want
But
to know.
if you just say, "Wait, tell us what we want to know,"
Yeah.
why'd I go French? I don't know.
Yeah. I was
Here's the
German,
information you're looking for.
Yeah.
Now, do I know it's true and factual? No, but you told me that's what you wanted to hear.
Right.
Now kill me.
Right.
Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Please kill me. Yeah. So, but it's definitely something big's coming. We both know it. We've been saying it for a long time.
But it's hard to tell what that something big is, and it's hard to tell if the people in power are running it, are trying to survive it themselves. I think the only thing we can guarantee ourselves is they definitely know more than we do.
I agree. There's
I
something
think they
coming.
withhold information, and that's how they hold power, is withholding information.
Right. Right. And that's why I think that you're seeing these guys buy bunkers in Ecuador and shit. You know.
Yeah, and it's like because like it's a
Well, the world is just a flat plane. It's a simulation.
I mean, does that make a difference? If they came out tomorrow and said,
Guys, the Earth's flat.
Yeah.
does that mean we can stop going to work?
Right.
I'm pretty sure we still have to earn money to live,
Right. Right.
no matter what shape the planet is.
Right.
This is just a simulation.
Well, what happens when I stop participating?
Right.
Basically, I'm going to starve to death
Right.
in this corner,
Right.
unless I continue to participate.
Right.
It does the shape of the planet.
Oh, you know what?
We didn't land on the moon.
Right. Yeah.
What does that change for me? Now, can I stop paying taxes now?
Yeah. Exactly.
Wait, I don't pay taxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can he stop paying taxes now?
I pay taxes.
What does this change? Well, what I'm trying to say is the government lies. Well, we've known that.
Right. Right.
Basically, politician is Latin for lying piece of shit.
Right.
That's not an exact translation.
Not even close. You're an idiot.
But what does it matter what shape it is if we were on the moon or not? What do these two things matter?
Well,
They
hold on,
really
hold
don't
on.
matter to the average person.
I agree.
They don't.
I agree. But I will say this. I know next year they're doing a moon mission. Like a flight.
I heard China had a thing on the moon, didn't they? They landed a rover on the moon, I thought.
I didn't hear that, but that doesn't
Hang on, now we're googling
Yeah,
that.
that doesn't mean it didn't happen. But I know that next year that America is doing a fly around the moon. They're gonna fly around the backside of the moon. So
Still operating. So they have a rover on the moon. So I mean, if we didn't land on the moon, don't you think they'd be like, "Ha! There's no evidence
yeah.
of you fuckers ever being,"
Right.
or does the people who own the media have enough power to suppress true information?
in China, yes, in China they do. They have total control. They are. They
How
are
come
CCTV.
how come our hackers can't get the information that that's sending back?
How come our hackers can't get the information that that's sending back?
How come our hackers can't get the information that that's sending back? How come our hackers can't get the information that that's sending back? How come our hackers can't get the information that that's sending back? How come our hackers can't get the information that that's sending back? How come our hackers can't get the information that that's sending back? How come our hackers can't get the information that that's sending back? How come our hackers can't get the information that that's sending back? How come our hackers can't get the information that that's sending back? How come our hackers can't get the information that that's sending back? How come our hackers can't get the information that that's sending back? How come our hackers can't get the information that that's sending back? How come our hackers can't get the information that that's sending back? How come our hackers can't get the information that that's sending back? How come our hackers can't get the information that that's sending back? How come our hackers can't get the information that that's sending back? How come our ha
Well, I mean, all you gotta do is encrypt it to the point where they can't get to it.
You
know?
can't encrypt something to where it cannot be recovered. You just can't. There is no way to encrypt something to the depth that it is unretrievable information.
I don't know, man. I mean, try to get into the Pentagon. See what happens.
People do. People get into the Pentagon. People get into the fucking FBI. People get into the banks. People get into everything. Hackers can get in.
Oh yeah, that's what they do. They hack.
So, all I'm saying is we've probably been to the
Hey,
moon.
Click that. What
The world is probably round.
Yeah, it's definitely round. What's it trying to find on the dark side of the moon? Click that.
Where are we?
Right
Right
there.
here?
Yeah, just click that. See what it says.
The first rover to visit the far side of the moon, China's U-22, I hope I pronounced that correctly, has found stark differences between there and the near side. These include stickier, more supportive soil on the far side. I wonder if that's electromagnetically charged.
Maybe.
And a greater abundance of small rocks and impact crater. Whoa. Well,
yeah, that makes
because
sense.
the moon, basically, its rotation is such that
it doesn't rotate.
we only
Yeah,
see one side.
side. Yeah, it doesn't rotate. It
So
goes-
I could imagine
Yeah.
that other side gets
Yeah.
bombed all the fucking
exactly.
time.
Well, the front's got a lot of impact craters too. You know what I'm saying? But the back probably got more because it's coming from that. It's coming from outer space.
Yeah,
You know? So
yeah.
I mean, makes sense. So, yeah. But I think that it's gonna happen next year. So we're gonna find out some stuff. But I mean, Chuck Yeager, I don't know if you've ever seen this before, came out and said something scary about the dark side of the moon. He said that he did. He said that it was like. He said it's not what you think it is, or something like that. That's what he kind of said, kind of alluded to. Let's bring that up, actually. I think it was Chuck Yeager that said that. Right before he died. No, he's still alive. No, he's dead. No, he's dead. He's dead. There's still one left.
There's no such thing as a Chuck Yeager.
Yeah,
Never was. Let's see.
Chuck Yeager.
On the dark side of the moon. Something about the dark side of the moon.
North
There you go, right there.
side of the moon. Chuck Yeager.
No, that's not it. No. He's dead for sure.
Is there a dark side of the moon? No, the moon's flat, just like the planet.
Hold on.
But I don't. Goddamn, talks about the dark side of the moon. Images for it. No, I want to see transcripts. Come on now, did I ask it wrong? Chuck Yeager talks about dark side of the moon. Yeah, see, it's not there. Chuck Yeager anime.
It's supposedly it's pretty. I only saw it one time.
Uh-huh.
Well, now we can't find it.
And it doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't, man. Because if I read a book once.
I read a book once.
It was a science fiction book. It wasn't like a documentary book. It was called Planeteer's Moon, I think it was called.
Okay.
And it was a build up like a Twilight Zone episode. Where the whole build up was the beginning was the most of the substance, and then of course the reveal at the end. So they're doing this big. We're gonna go to the moon, blah blah blah, and then they get you know how it goes. Then in the last 2 chapters they blast off to the moon, and then when they get around to the backside of the moon, it's hollow. It's like there's no backside. It's actually like a facade.
Okay.
That's the end of the book. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. So
I read a book one time where these guys they went to this rock that was left from this star that had quasar. So they go and they test it and they look and they see that the star quasar and at the same time that the 3 wise men followed the star to the Bethlehem birth site. And there was something on that star that went, and that was the Jesus.
Right.
So Jesus was an alien in this book. It was pretty cool. I can't remember the name of it though. It was a long time ago that I read it. because it was neat though.
Chariots of the Gods?
Nah, not that. No, this was actual fantasy. This was an actual
Oh,
fantasy,
okay.
science
That
science
sounds-
fiction fantasy book where they somehow whatever came from that planet when the star Nova gave us the Jesus.
The Jesus. Jesus? Yes.
And the three wise men were there to give you.
What? Jesus? Yes.
you.
I read Chariots of the God, which basically is the same statement. It's the same. That the aliens came to our planet and Cro-Magnon man, and they meshed. They did like a DNA splicing with Cro-Magnon man. That's how we became what we became.
Well, see, I read it. I don't know. It wasn't. I don't know if it was a Stitching book or not, but it was talking about how the aliens came down, found pre-human man,
Cro-Magnon.
and Neanderthals and whatever.
Right.
And the aliens came here because they wanted all the monoatomic gold.
Right.
And so they found these pre-human men, the Neanderthals and the Cro-Magnons, and they spliced them to make them teachable, trainable slaves to dig all the gold.
Like Battlefield Earth kind of thing.
And like what? Yeah. Sort of like Battlefield Earth, only they created the human. They didn't just find the human population. They created them. They enlightened them to be able to mine all the gold for them, the monoatomic gold. And once all the monoatomic gold was mined, they moved on and left whatever slaves they couldn't get on their ships or didn't need. There we are.
And here we go. Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah. Oh, for the record,
The monkeys.
I have a signed copy of a first edition Battlefield Earth.
Ooh.
the binding's fucked up on it, so I need to get it fixed. But
Yeah.
that's not even my most expensive book either. So, but it's a weird have. Yeah. Dave Wedley gave it to me for my birthday.
I think my most expensive book is a goddamn interior design book. Those things are.
I've got a couple
expensive
art books
shit.
that are worth a lot, dude. Like it's
Yeah, because the pictures that are in there were.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you're-
So no, I have one book. It's an old I think it's like 1920s, 30s, something like that. And it's the books that they would have in these with the pictures on the wall,
Oh yeah.
and they'd have the pictures in the book
Yeah.
too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
why they're expensive because they got
Yeah.
reproductions of the
it's
art.
yeah, but they're not the art. It's not actually art. It's a reproduction. But I think they might be all lithos. I think that's why it's so expensive.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? They
And
take
then-
the art and then they do the whole litho thing, and then they put it in a book. And I think it was a gallery thing. It wasn't a museum thing. It was a gallery
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's some big
That's
names in there.
showcase.
There's,
Yeah,
there's some big names in there. You know what I'm saying? So that book's worth about $1,500, I think, something like that. But my Charlotte Isabey book is the most expensive book. It's
Yeah, I don't know that interior design book. I don't know what makes it expensive. But
Probably the same-
It's only
probably
three
same-
or $400.
Yeah,
or at
it's-
least it was when I got it.
Well,
But
some of that stuff, yeah, it's expensive shit, man. Because it's like they use it for like work. It's like a workbook. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it might be older. And some of the books are expensive.
but it was crazy. I was like, this book is worth how much? What?
I
No, it isn't.
My
She's
Charlotte.
like, yes, it is. I was like, no way. All right, well, whatever.
I'll bring that next book. I'll bring this book next week. It's called The Deliberate Dumbing Down of America. I've talked about it before.
It is. It's been
Sure.
happening.
Yeah, I know.
I am evidence of it. I'm getting stupider by the damn day.
Well, look, and this book is a paperback, and it's worth like a couple grand. Like because it's not supposed to be out there. It's like one of those books. Her dad was Skull and Bones.
Oh.
And her dad was Skull and Bones. Her dad was a big wig. She was head of education during Reagan's administration. And this book is damning at best. You know what I'm saying?
Alright.
No, and I've heard her talk a couple times, and she basically what's going on right now is because of what she in this book. Basically. It's young, impressionable minds. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You gotta take the children first. Take the children.
They've always been after
Yeah,
the children.
right,
They're
exactly.
just going harder now.
Yeah, and this book is not. It's like one of those books that's not supposed to be out there. And I spent.
Is your child a transgender?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Right. I mean, she would be. She's dead now. She died like 10 years ago. But she'd be scared, really scared right now. She really would be. She would be out there saying, "You guys need to get your shit out your head of your fucking ass because it's gonna get really bad."
Oh yeah. Oh, it's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna get way worse.
Right.
and then it's going to settle down to just getting worse again.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's going to get really, really fucking bad.
Right. And then it's going to be
And then
really,
there'll be
really bad.
huge change.
Oh, it's coming. I've been saying it for 20 years.
Will we see it? We don't know. Will we survive it? We don't know. Will we see the change that comes afterwards? We don't know.
Probably.
Will it be better or worse? We don't know. See, because revolutions only work for the revolutionaries.
Right.
And most times the guy who started the revolution doesn't even survive to see the finished product.
Right.
And a lot of times it's
Right.
not the idea they had.
Right.
And
Even the bad ones, like Che Guevara's and
Yeah.
those guys, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, they don't see the end result of it. I mean, he lost, of course, but, you know, I mean, it was a pretty fucking big deal when he was doing his revolution, you know, and he's a communist.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a. People are proud of. Hey, Che, I got a tattoo of Che on my arm,
I know.
and I'm gay. You
Insane.
know he would have killed
Oh,
you.
he would have killed you, yes. No, he would have killed you.
That's not how
And
communism
it wouldn't even
works.
been like, oh,
Have you ever
yeah,
read a book
oh, that's so weird.
on
yeah.
communism?
Hold on. He'd be like, he would just blasted them right there. You know what I'm saying? He would not. No, it would have been instant death.
Yeah.
If Che Guevara's ideas would have stuck and stayed with us, there would be no such thing as transgender.
Did you see that Uruguay said, "Fuck you and your financial terrorism. We're going to make being gay illegal now." That was awesome. That was an awesome stab in the eye.
Hold on. Nigeria just did it too.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a stab in the eye to the
Yeah,
goddamn
yeah.
the WB,
Mhm.
which
Oh,
is
yeah.
the U.S.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they had the Nigerian president on, and the lady was like pro-trans, and she was just trying to tear this guy a new asshole. He's like, not going to happen
Yeah.
in my country.
Yeah.
Not going to happen in my country.
Yeah.
I promise you, it will not happen. And if it does,
What
you will
about
kill
all
it.
the money that we send you? Oh no, we don't give a shit
Yeah,
anymore.
They
You know
don't
what?
fucking
Fuck
care.
you.
They don't fucking care, dude.
Yeah.
No, they just a
Fuck
lot,
your new world order.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If there's Muslims in a country, it don't happen. Believe me. Like Egypt and fucking Saddam or Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran, all those countries, Afghanistan, transgender does not exist because if they come out as transgender, they're hanging from a bridge a couple days later
Or a crane.
or whatever. They're hanging. You know?
Oops, Kyle was over there.
They make
hanging out.
they make examples of them. That's what they do. You know. So yeah, it's frowned upon in those countries.
Yeah.
It should be frowned upon here, in my opinion.
The trans-trender, I think
Yeah.
that should be frowned upon. That's just a mental illness, and I think the longer we coddle the mentally ill, the worse it's going to get for everybody.
Well, look what's going on.
As you can see with Dylan Mulvaney.
I was just gonna say the same thing. Look what's happening with Bud Light, dude. My buddy is a beer distributor,
Yeah.
and he's like, I go, so what's going on with the Bud Light thing? Is it as bad as they say? He goes, you have no idea. I go, what do you mean? He goes, it's fucking bad. I mean, and it's bad. I mean, it's not just Bud Light. It's Bud.
Uh-huh.
It's all of the. They have a lot of beers.
Right.
Stella.
Well, see, I stopped drinking Bud when they started brewing the Stella and when they bought the Guinness brewery.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Anheuser-Busch.
Anheuser-Busch got sold a couple years ago, so they're with AB distribution now.
Yeah,
so.
but see, they bought Guinness.
Yeah, well, they bought a lot of. No, they have a lot of beers. There's a lot of beers.
So I
like-
stopped. It's a bummer
Hogarden.
too, because in my dumb opinion, once they started brewing the Guinness themselves, the flavor kind of changed
Yeah.
to me.
And the widget changed too. It's not the same widget.
Yeah.
And I don't know if
that
that's
what
a
it
problem. Yeah, there's that little pebble thing that's in there.
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
bullet-shaped thing.
Not anymore. It's not a bullet shaped thing anymore. It's like a. It looks like a rock. Like it looks like a fucking rock now. It's like a jagged thing in there. Now,
Yeah,
you know?
so, yeah,
Maybe
so-
that had something to do with it. I don't know because that stirs it. I guess you know. So.
Well, it injects the nitrous. Once you
well,
open it,
yeah, but
it
yeah,
breaks. And the
yeah.
nitrous,
Well, also, but that thing moves around in there and it keeps it kind of stirred up as they move it when it's closed. I'm saying so because if it stays still for too long of a time, it like separates because it's like you
it's
drink in it.
thick.
So exactly. So it starts separating. That's what the widget's for. Yeah.
Okay.
The cakes have it too. The cakes have the little widget too.
So it's the flavor changed, so I stopped. So yeah, so anyway,
Yeah.
on with the gay story of Bud Light.
Anyway, so yeah, he's
Bud
like,
Light ain't right.
he's like
Transgender.
people are actually not only are they not buying the Bud Light and the Coors Light, or I'm sorry, the Bud and the
Anything Anheuser-Busch.
yeah. There's Hogarden, Stella, what's the Mexican beer? Fucking Corona. all these beers. He's like, not only are they not buying them, they're sending the shit back. They're CODing these things back to fucking Anheuser-Busch.
Nice.
I know. He's like, it's real. I mean, people's like, oh, no, it's not real. It's real, dude. They're losing hundreds of millions of dollars out of this thing. And now Nike is about to do it.
All right.
So Nike's about to be...
So I wonder if these companies are going under on purpose.
I think, well, that's what Alex Jones said. He goes, they have all the money. So it really, them going under doesn't affect them. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
no, it affects the workers, the
Yeah.
people at the top,
Right. They don't affect them at all.
shareholders.
Right. Doesn't affect them at all. They have all the money in the world. They can do this shit so they can make a point. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
And then the people that actually are employed, like your friend the distributor,
Right.
now they don't move beer,
And
so
he
there's
gets-
nothing
yeah,
for him to
he
do.
gets-
So now he loses his job.
he gets paid by how much he sells. You know what I'm saying? So he's a distributor.
Yeah.
So
So
if he's not selling the
they lose
product,
their job,
Yeah,
and so on
yeah.
and so forth.
he's still making money off of alcohol. Like he does alcohol too. But
No, I
yeah,
get it,
yeah,
but
yeah,
there's a chain of events
Right,
that happen
right,
when these kinds of things occur,
right.
and the guy down here at the bottom losing his job is
Right.
one of those effects, and this guy
Truck
loses
driver,
enough
right.
of these people lose their job. Eventually, your friend's gonna lose his
Oh yeah,
job too.
he said the same thing. He's like, at some point, if this continues with not just this company, let's say another company does it. You know what I'm saying? Let's say an alcohol company does it. You know, then he'll be really fucking hurt.
Jameson.
I don't think don't you do it? Don't you fucking do it? But he says if that happens, then it could get real, like real for him. You know, like he's losing money. He's literally losing money right now. He said, yeah. So I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
But
Oh
you know
yeah.
the beast.
Maybe.
Maybe yeah. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's a real deal situation with this Mulvaney thing, and he is such a fucking weirdo, dude. I mean, he's not my least favorite. The one cat like starts off with, "Hey kids," have you seen that guy? I can't remember his name. He's another tranny.
I mean, I'm sure I've seen, but see, I don't share. I don't. Once in a great while, I comment because the more exposure we give them,
I know. The more you see him,
the more they think they're relevant.
well, even
The more-
even negative,
The
even
more
negative.
content they will make, the more,
Yeah, right.
even the negative.
Even the
As a
negative.
matter of fact, your haters are your fucking best followers
Right.
because they watch every single second so that they can nitpick every single second.
Right, and well, hold on. Another point is that the negative comments and the positive comments, it doesn't matter because the more comments,
Yeah.
the more exposure.
Yeah.
Because the more comments,
And
the more you'll see it. The more you'll see it. You know what I'm saying?
The more
Yeah.
content that they create that is shared, the more content they will create to be shared.
Right.
If you stop sharing their content, they will go away.
Right. Right. Well, if you have to dislike them. If everyone starts to dislike them,
No, if you
that
just
makes them go away.
ignore them, because just posting, have you seen what they've done? Don't you hate it?
Right.
No, I don't want to see it.
Right.
You shouldn't post it
Right.
because the more it gets shared, the more they will send out to share.
Right.
If you stop giving them exposure, they go away.
Right. Right. You stop following them. Well, that's the thing. Unfollow them, unlike them, and stop sharing, and they will go away. That's
Yeah.
the point. Because it's all about clicks.
Yeah.
That's how they get their exposure.
It's all about the algorithm.
Right. Exactly.
And if you kill their
100%.
algorithm,
Exactly.
you kill their platform.
Right. So the more, because the computer picks it up, says, "Oh, they're commenting on this. This guy's getting popular.
Yep.
Let's show his face more." You know? Yeah.
Yeah. And they push it on you more, and
More.
then they keep creating content because it keeps getting them more money.
Well, the thing is like I'll dislike these guys, you know, but that guy I won't see anymore. I'll just see a different guy. You know what I'm saying? It seems like, you know, so I'll dislike him,
Well, there's
and then I'll see another different guy. You know, it's like you can never fully get rid of.
no,
it,
I
you know?
block them.
Huh?
I block them, and anyone that
Well, yeah,
posts,
I know,
anyone that posts any of that
When
shit,
you
I block
dislike,
it.
when you dislike, you're blocking them. Basically.
No, I block it. I don't dislike it at all. I block it.
Well, I mean, it's
Well, because
not-
I'm only
hold on.
using Twitter.
Well, yeah, but it's not always the guy that's doing it. It's somebody else is sharing. you know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So yeah. So
I,
mean,
and I block them.
Yeah, I know.
If you're sharing someone's
Right.
trans trending,
Right.
I'm blocking you.
Right, no,
because
yeah,
I don't
exactly.
want to be a part of that mess.
Right. I'm just saying, but you got more than just the content creator themselves. You got content
Yeah, no,
creators
you've
stealing
got
their
their
content.
1 million
and using it as
followers
content.
that use
Right.
it as content for
Right,
their own
right.
shit.
Right. They stealing the content and making it their own.
It's a huge pyramid of fucking shit falling from the sky,
Right.
and I've put an umbrella over me called "block you" if I see you with that shit on your stuff.
Right. Right. I should start. I mean, I dislike them and I never see them again, but I should start blocking them. You're right. Just to get rid of them totally.
Like if your brother posted something about it negative, I would still block it.
I get it. I get it. I probably wouldn't because of my brother, but
I get you.
yeah, you know, I get it. If I
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I would comment, since it's your brother.
right,
I'd be like, hey, Joseph, man, we gotta quit sharing this shit. Otherwise, they'll just keep making this shit for us to share,
Right.
even though we don't like it. We're sharing it
Oh,
to say we hate it.
he hates it. He's one of those guys that, you know, blank. I mean,
I'm
could
done
do
with it.
something-
I have friends in the community that I am ready to part ways with.
Right.
And I have friends in the LGB community that I hope understand that I don't see them in the same light that I see the other alphabet soup people.
Sleazy little alphabet soup.
So, you know, I'm just saying it's a they're bringing it on themselves by complying with the people that are pushing them to push this on everybody.
Well,
And a lot of it has to do with mental illness. There are some people that maybe it's not mental, but for 99.9.9.999.99%, it's a mental illness.
it is. I agree, 100%. It's a mental illness. But a point I'd like to make though is that.
Nobody in their right mind would want to cut off their tits or their cock.
But why are the companies doing it? Is what I want to know. It's fucking suicide. You know, I mean, it really is.
I think it's planned.
I think it's planned too. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why?
Because they're getting out of the way. As we devolve into a third world country, as we devolve into civil war, into chaos, they're just getting out of the way.
Okay, I buy that. Why did they just go away then? Why they gotta go out like that? Cause more problems?
Because if they all went away overnight,
Too obvious.
too obvious, and then all of a sudden, now maybe groups will go after the right people.
Right.
Of
Right.
course, like you say, all these people that have the money, that own the companies, that are running everything, they're probably not even on U.S. soil. So when it does go down, they don't have to fucking worry.
That was my point.
We're gonna be
yeah.
looking. We're gonna be looking for the people that are the problem and
Right.
never find them.
Right. That's my point. Is where all these CEOs
And then as
go,
we
just
look
like,
for the people that are the problem, the people that support the people that are the problem are gonna say, no, we're the problem, and now we got a
Right.
problem here.
Right.
Mm.
We got a problem. There's no doubt. We have a problem in this country. A huge
This
fucking
country is so divided. You don't know who's gonna stand together. Everything's so fucking fake. You don't know what to believe
You
anymore.
don't know who to believe.
Everybody, you can't trust anybody
I know,
on the internet.
exactly. You can't trust anybody.
The police and the military are the first line of defense for the elite.
You know, I have figured out a way to pick out certain people that I have. It's really super easy too. You just gotta wear the right shirt or the right hat. No, that's a great shirt. That's I have many of those shirts. That's a great shirt. No, this is a brewery. I know, I didn't wear it today. But I wore North Shore shit all day yesterday. What's my point? I had a good point going on there. Oh, all you gotta do is wear the right shirt. Wear a fucking MAGA hat. You'll know exactly who's who. Real quick. Real fucking quick.
No.
Yeah,
no.
you will. You won't know all of them, but I've done this experiment.
No, because-
I have done this experiment. I've gone out and with Jen, and she hates it. She's like, take that fucking hat off, you know. But I've done it. I've gone to Safeway with the MAGA hat on before, okay? And you can see the people that are, you know, the anti-Trumpers real fast. I've even had people say, hey, fuck you and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So you know, I mean, that's how small-minded they are, too. All it takes is a fucking hat to fucking set people off, you know what I'm saying? I have a shirt on order right now.
Well, they've been trained.
I know. Oh, no, they're totally trained. I bought a shirt.
Circus animals. Trained.
I bought a shirt. It's on its way right now. And it's an Alex Jones for President shirt. Okay, I know. I know. I can't wait. I can't wait to do the experiment with that shirt on. I know.
Alex Jones, 2020.
I do have another Alex Jones shirt that I haven't worn around before. And to be honest with you, I get a lot of likes on that shirt too, though. I mean, then people come to me and go, "Oh, hey, you're Alex Jones guy? Huh? Yeah, me too. I've been, yeah, how long? How long? 20 years from me? Oh yeah, I've been, you know." I get a lot of that with him too. But I also get a lot of scoff. You know what I'm saying? Take that shirt off. I can't wear. One lady said, "I can't believe you're wearing that shirt." I go, "I love the shirt. My favorite shirt, bitch."
I love it when people call me conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, I know. Conspiracy.
Like, okay,
realist.
well, we'll see what happens in about a year.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Used to be 50 years, 100 years, then 20 years, then 10
Mhm.
years. Now it's like 6 months.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's happened fast. And to your question, what's going to happen next? I think they're going to do another outbreak or something. I do.
Well, yeah, they've already said they're planning
Yeah,
another
yeah.
pandemic.
Well, what's his name said it a couple days ago? Fucking Fauci said it. There's definitely going to be another pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he said it. So I think that's their next big move. And people will fucking put the mask back on and fucking
People
get
still
another
wear
shot.
masks.
You know, I know. I saw a guy still just on Friday driving in his car by himself with a mask on. I'm like, what the fuck is these people's problem, man?
I'm working in Seattle,
Jesus Christ.
and there's stores that say you have to wear a mask if you want to come in, and I'm just like, gee,
Well,
these
looks like they're not
people
coming
are
in.
fucking.
Just, it says it on the
You're
box.
doomed.
It says it on the box. Look at a box of paper fucking masks and look what it says on the box. Every box I've ever looked at, it says it. Says it. Does
Yes.
not stop the distribution of disease, or not disease.
It doesn't stop the coronavirus transfer.
Well, it does say, it says just in plain right there. Does not stop the spread of disease or
Coronavirus
viruses.
says it doesn't
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
coronavirus from
Yeah,
spreading.
it says it on
Right
the
on the
box.
box.
On every
box.
box it says that.
On the box.
Yet these people wear two. Oh, I'll wear two then. That's got
So
double the protection. There's only one mask.
Duct tape your mouth and your nose shut.
Yeah,
That'll,
that works.
That'll stop the virus.
That works. N95 does work though. You know why? It's full. Well, it's actually you have to go get fitted for that. You have to go get fitted for it, and it has a filter and all that stuff. Exactly. Yeah, they do work. The N95s work. Dr. Roundtree or whatever did an experiment on it. So, but it still does cause hypoxia. Yeah. Oh, hey, one of the guys. Did you hear the new big thing coming out? Looks like maybe that might happen.
Hey, did you hear putting that mRNA shit in all the food anyway?
Yeah.
So they don't care.
I know, they don't care. Milk too. Milk.
They don't care.
No. Unvaccinated sperm is going to be worth tons of money in the future. This guy says. He says it's going to be the untapped future of money. And I'm like,
yeah.
I love masturbating.
Yeah.
I love it.
Let me know when it gets to be as valuable as racehorse semen.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what he was alluding to.
Then I'll give you a
Yeah, that's
special-
kind of what he was alluding to. That at some point in history, unvaccinated semen will become very, very valuable.
Well, then it doesn't matter because there's sperm banks already where people have that shit in storage. So
Yes,
we've lost out on that market as usual.
don't
Too
know.
late to the fucking
I
store.
don't know. Well, the blood thing's already starting to take off. I know that. I know unvaccinated blood's becoming quite the commodity. So you know that you can't donate. You can donate blood, but they don't use it. They can't use it, I guess.
Well, vampires.
Yeah, you think mRNA don't affect vampires.
Hey, they're already dead. It doesn't matter.
Anywho, well, I hate to say it, but we're gonna have to stop this.
All right,
today.
fine.
Well, because I have Easter.
Yeah, I
dinner
get it.
with my
Yeah,
family,
Jesus.
so,
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah. It was a great show, though. This is one of my favorites we've done in a while. This has been a good show. I always
I
appreciate
had a
it.
good time.
I had a
Hopefully,
great
when
time.
you people watch it, you people.
Yeah, what do you mean, you
have a
people?
good time.
What do you mean, you people?
Hopefully you enjoyed this. Welcome to the Radical Anti-Inactivists. This is the end of the show.
And have a good Easter, by the way.
Everybody have a fucking great evening.
Have a great fucking Easter.
See, usually I forget to do this. And then let's go ahead. Bye.